BOS on the track. Shame. 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 Shame.
You see, baby, I don't do this just for the recognition. I do it for the children. You can take the children and bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and then sing a melody. The Varnell man, did you mean he's mine?
She said.
Role of a mother in the lives of her children is one of profound significance, a sacred duty that encompasses the responsibility to protect, nurture, and guide. A mother is often seen as the first line of defense against the world's harsh realities, providing a haven of safety and love. However, when this natural role is violently disrupted, it not only contradicts these fundamental beliefs, but also causes widespread devastation, affecting both the immediate family and the broader community. The role of a mother in the lives of her children is one of profound significance, a sacred duty. The role of a mother.
Y'all heard it. How y'all doing? Welcome. Hear that? You have you on the ones and twos. How y'all doing? Welcome to Shame Sunday with Mrs.SheSaid. Let me get my mic together. 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all hear me? You hear me? I got talking to you. You hear me? You hear me? Serious topic. Very serious topic. Everybody has their own little definition of what a mother is and motherhood. We're going to talk about it today. Anybody like to join me? I will drop the link. But yeah, this is what it is. Motherhood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Been in the game for about 30 years now. Seen a lot. Been around a lot. Learned a lot of shit along the way. And I want to share. It's my job as a mother. I'm supposed to teach. I'm supposed to educate. I'm supposed to inspire, motivate conscious growth and development of the offspring. What y'all think? What y'all think about motherhood? Hey, Take Heed. How you doing, sis? I appreciate everybody pulling up and popping in. Hit that like button, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Sarah's in the building. I appreciate you, sister, pulling up. Mr. He said hubby is in the building, who had a lot to do with me being a great mother. I appreciate you, sir.
Oh my God!
Absolutely. Definitely helped. Dating to Marriage support is in the building. I appreciate you guys pulling up and popping in. The Great Pill Podcast. Appreciate you. Mr. John Pellet in the building. Into the beat. I listen to some beats right now. In the building. I appreciate you pulling up and popping in for Shame Sunday. Almond Eyes 78. Welcome, love. Appreciate you pulling up. How y'all doing out there? What y'all think of motherhood? Everybody has their own definition of what it is. Let me see what y'all think in the chat, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But y'all know how we do here, Shame. It is a painful feeling of humiliation and distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Always add, especially if it affects somebody else.
Shameful shit.
Be warned. Trigger warning all the way through. Trigger warning. Consciousness is lacking. Literacy is lacking. Grab y'all some popcorn, some tissue. Trigger warning early. And it's a damn shame. And we're in a space and time where we cannot hold women accountable. Damn mothers, on top of that. And it's a problem. We are not beyond correction. We are not beyond judgment. When you're a mother, you have a certain role. And if you don't know, you should ask somebody. You should pick up a book. You should Google it. Look at some of the articles of what the duties and responsibilities entail. So many of you have had baby showers, an abundance of people surrounding you, your village somewhat. But what kind of information are you giving? What kind of knowledge are you being given? Because our children have been being mishandled and nobody likes to talk about it. We don't want to put mothers on Front Street because, their intentions are good and, they only do what they think is best for the child. And I think it's bullshit. We like to pander and coddle women, grown-ass women who choose to have children, just like when they were little girls. Little girls are brought up, coddled, and pandered. Absolutely. We have 3. And I am one. And the baby. It's all my opinion. But we see it in today's women. They don't like to hear no. Can't accept rejection. Lack accountability. And if the shit don't apply to you, let it fly. But if it offends you, it applies. I have not been a perfect mother, but I've been a damn good mother. I've been told a lot. I'm a boss. And that's because of the consciousness. We talk a lot about the lack of models we had, parents, family of quality, to guide us along this walk of life. We're very transparent about that. I didn't have conscious parents the way we think we should. The present parent, being around, being the ones to teach us and guide us along the way. But we know life takes a hold. Everybody has to work. Selfishness, self-centeredness is in there. We're humans. But we really need to hone back on motherhood and the importance of it and the roles that exist There are duties and responsibilities that we need to uphold forever. This is what you don't get. It's forever. It's kind of forever. Sometimes our children grow up and they move away. You know, they choose to not come back around. That's fine. It's their life. But the growth and development from birth to 18, 20, 25 even, they need us a lot. And hopefully we've created decent, responsible, conscious human beings and send them out into the world to be adults with them understanding the consequences of their behavior. It's very important. Mothers play an essential role in the lives of their children. They are responsible for providing them with basic needs, emotional support, and discipline. I put a couple of links to some articles in the description. It's a nice long description in there. Shout out to, what is her name? Jackie. I can't pronounce her last name. PILOSSOPH. Yes. This article in the Chicago Tribune that I thought was awesome. It is a resume, job description for a mother. Duties and responsibilities, the hours, the requirements. I'm gonna go over it with y'all. See what y'all think. But so far, what do y'all think about motherhood? The roles and responsibility that it entails. Anybody? 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 A lot of mothers around. And I think many of us can't articulate all of the duties and responsibility. We can say what we do, but it's so much more. They are also responsible for being a role model. A mother's love is powerful and can make all the difference in the world. That's what we're told. It is very powerful. And it's unconditional from our children. We can treat them bad, be mean, and to some degree, they'll still love us. So we have to be conscious of how we treat our children. We want respect. You have to give respect. And some of us come into motherhood traumatized and have not dealt with it. You bring that trauma into your motherhood, to your parenting. And it's something you need to be conscious of. And many of us are not. You know, many a times struggled through being a mother. And I had to call on my friends. I had to call on my elders many a times. Stressed out, even with a husband, love him dearly. But there were some things that I needed to feed off of other women to gain understanding. Fathers' roles are different. They don't feel as much emotional fluctuations when it comes to these kids. And they can put us on an absolute emotional roller coaster. Yes. It's not their fault. We are the adults. We are the ones that have to self-regulate and show some self-control and discipline. And it's hard. It's not easy. But the more information we have beforehand, we'll be proactive instead of being reactive. Our children need us to be proactive instead of reactive. A lot of ass whoopings go on, a lot of punishment, a lot of no, a lot of, negativity. Versus when you're being proactive, there's positivity, there's optimism, there's redirection. Is you trying to take control of the situation before it gets out of control, because our children can get out of control. We know this. You have to train them up. It is absolutely a hard walk. It is. And when you have two brand new parents, you are both new. And neither of you know what the fuck you're doing. You understand? It is a learning time for you both, and you have to show grace. Parents have a sacred duty to rear their children in love and righteousness, to provide for their physical and spiritual needs, to teach them to love and serve one another, to observe the commandments of God, and to be law-abiding citizens wherever they live. And however that looks for you, that's on you as a family. That's on you as a parent to decide that. But these are the things that we need to rear them up in. They need to see it. We just can't tell them, preach to them, and dictate to them and not model this kind of behavior. And righteousness is something you cannot fake. Mhm. Mothering is among the most complex and demanding work imaginable. Being a mom can require learning the stages of child development, preparing nutritionally balanced meals, and helping with homework. From preschool all the way up to algebra to trigonometry. It's our duty to learn these things, and it's hard along the way. And if we have to outsource those mentors for some of those things, it is okay. The role is made even more complex by the need for individualized parenting. Respectfully, mothers and fathers are different. We parent differently, and it needs to be respected. Ladies, we cannot expect our husbands, fathers to be mothers. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Find some honor, some joy, and pleasure in being a mother because it's a lifetime. The bitterness, the sour, the blaming, the regret, it's too fucking late. Okay? My body, my choice, you chose. This is what it is, goddamn. As a mother, spending quantity and quality time with each child, she learns each child's individual needs and the best way to lovingly fill those needs. That's hard when you have a multiple of children. That is very hard. A mother has to manage her time well. Journaling has always been a blessing. Monthly calendar books, any of those things is quite beneficial. Ladies, pick one up at any of those stores, $5, like to manage your time. We have to be aware of self. And if you don't want your husband pointing the finger or telling you should do something better or do this or do that, learn to manage your time well. And they can help, though. You can ask for help. And this is where it is needed. We need to be able to open our mouths and ask for help. A closed mouth will not get fed. You do not know it all. And when you are training and practicing being a mother, you don't know it all. Be willing to learn, okay? Be willing to listen and be willing to ask for help. Because our kids are struggling. Mothers is doing some real dumb shit, causing themselves to go to jail, and our kids are left on their own, even if their intentions were good. I saw my show last week, and it's even worse. Our children are deleting people. Children. And this is what parents do, I ask for help, something's wrong with my child, ask for help. Warning signs. Lack of consciousness, not paying attention. Did I tell them I was thinking about getting a job? Yeah, did I tell y'all I was going to be trying to get a job at this daycare, trying to help with this guy? Check this out.
Somebody told me this, and I know this to be true.
Child, our kids, man. Oh, they are some hilarious creatures. And they get into everything. They get into everything. The poor Vaseline. I think everybody's child went through that. Vaseline everywhere. Lotion. I don't care what it is. Something. The kids is gonna get into something. Okay, you're not the only one. It happens. That poor baby daddy had all the puffy things that come in. These are our babies. These are our little people. Okay. And what they are doing is trying to learn the world around them. So I'm trying to get that job. They need to be hooked on PCP. She said, you better not answer that phone when you see their number calling for that interview. It's so funny. Just putting the compilations together. Oh my goodness. I'd be cracking up in the morning. Our kids are hilarious. Okay. They are fun little people, you know. And I was going in about the baby showers. The recent stuff that I've seen in, social media that they post is amazing. Ladies, so glamorous, so beautiful, beautifully pregnant. Oh my God. Y'all concerned about the wrong shit. Somebody should have told you. Y'all are concerned about the wrong things, generation after generation. Let me tell you something. I'm 40 goddamn 7. And when I was 15 years old, my friend had a baby shower. Shout out to her. She was 16. Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't shamed or nothing like that. Shout out to her. She raised some beautiful kids, some trials and errors and all that. But we had a baby shower. Enjoying this baby shower. I think this was probably my first baby shower. Everybody knock at the door, and in walks a carpenter stripper child. Stripper.
Oh my God!
My people's out there got pictures. I seen it surface. Yeah. It was some grown folks in there, but but it's gotten worse over the last 30 years, y'all. And we are not assisting our young women with understanding what they have ahead of them. Because there's no guarantee that everything's going to go well in labor with the baby. Anything can surface. All of these things, there's so many things to discuss about the future of this new baby that's coming into the family. Trials and error, things that, worked well for you, keeping a schedule. I mean, just so many things, but it's about the alcohol and the gifts and how much we can show off, how much money we got to spend on a venue and balloon things and this and that. And it's like a show off versus gaining knowledge and understanding and wisdom for this new life that's coming, and a village of people supporting both mother and father, telling them how important it is for them to stay together, not to forget about each other, how to build on how they're going to raise these kids. Because I'm getting tired of the ladies making good men bad men. Wouldn't have opened up your legs and had all that fun with him and, shared your life 2 years, 3 years, and then it just goes sour. You have to be conscious in it all. And it's hard to manage it all, to take care of a man and take care of those children who now you put in front of everybody. Those babies are more important than the man who gave them to you. This is the mindset, and our women continue to accept this. We share this, we promote it, we tell, ain't nobody more important than your babies. What about the motherfucker who gave them to you? What about the person who gave them to you? They're not your possession. It's the mindset that we are continuing to have, and we're promoting this to younger women because the generations have not changed. I'm 47, and to hear some of you women talk, I'm like, holy shit.
For shame! For shame!
You're not more important. Somebody should have told you. You are not more important. You are just as important, but you're not more important. And time will tell, because those children grow the fuck up. They might have something to say, or they might not come around. And that's a problem. We need to promote future consciousness, because y'all get all engulfed with this honeymoon phase of this little baby, this little precious baby. And yeah, till it's a toddler, till it's telling you no and having tantrums and shit. Something to work through. Mothers feel failure, insecurities. It's so many things. And we ignore it. Tell mothers everything they doing is great when you know they ain't shit. You know they ain't doing the right thing. Yeah, girl. I see you. I see you. You shining. What about them babies? And babies can't read. Smart as hell. You going on to degree number 2. We got to do better. And there's something wrong with me trying to hold my sisters accountable. I have to. The children can't speak for themselves. They love their mamas too much. Y'all ain't reading to them. It shows in school. Okay. Let me ask their teacher. I don't believe you. This shit is amazing. We got programs to assist. Absolutely. Conscious Parenting 911. Hooked on PCP. Promote conscious parenting. There's assistance out there. And even the ones who want to do better still are not motivated. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But we got to do better. Because it's not about you no more. It's about those children. But if y'all checked out the description, there is a full description on the qualifications of being a mother and motherhood. The job description. Y'all ready? It's a long job description. Care for, discipline, teach, raise, guide, and nurture children. During the first few years, you will almost never be apart from the child. You will feed, bathe, and change the child. Do his or her laundry and dishes and keep the home tidy. If the baby is awake at night or needs changing, you will be required to assist. There are no exceptions. There's no exceptions. You also must be able to drive children to doctor's appointments, so you probably will need a driver's license, and participate in Mommy and Me at wherever you decide. It says Gymborees, but as the child grows, the job entails driving the kid to and from school or walking, other activities, including but not limited to music, art, drama, and sports activities. You will also be required to plan and execute birthday parties. It says each year. Yeah, now bullshit. Y'all better cut that out. Y'all be doing too much. Better have your cake, sing happy birthday, have some karaoke or something. Executing every year. Help with homework. Teach him or her how to drive. Teach them how to clean up and wash dishes. Wash clothes properly. Sweep, mop, windows, all that shit. They don't just know how to do it. Sorry, they do not just know how to do it. Wait up for him or her to come home as they get older. And these are things you younger people raising little people can't even imagine. You can't even fathom now. But those conversations are kind of fun to have because you want to see where you and your partner are going to be when these kinds of things happen. Because it will. The future is coming. The future is coming. Those kids grow up so goddamn fast. We are in 2024. It is amazing to have come this far, you know, as a parent. And I ain't go crazy just yet. I'm just saying it's challenging, but very rewarding all at the same time. Okay. You will also late nights, implementing consequences for irresponsible behavior when applicable. Heard that? You are also required to implement consequences when the behavior is not, when they have been irresponsible. And offer emotional support for friendship and romance dramas that will most likely occur. These conversations need to be had. Things are going to happen in life and they need to know how to move or respond to it. You know, those hypotheticals, the what ifs. And ladies, if you have daughters, put them in that uncomfortable position of what boys can say or what boys would try to say. These are things that you have to have with your daughters. So they're aware and they know how to move with that. They know how to say, yeah, nah, I'm good. My panties stay on, you know? That confidence we need our girls to have. It's too much grown women talking about how manipulated they have gotten by men. The fuck? No, y'all. All these degrees and we are still that easily manipulated? No. So what I push is learning, growing the fuck up and being accountable for the decisions that you make. Don't be so easily swayed. And if you're not having these real conversations with your daughters, mothers, you're fucking up because they're growing up quick. Okay? And you was a girl before and you want to fuck and you better talk to them about it. Stop playing these games and ignoring it, thinking it's going to go away. You know, here comes the baby. Now you a grandma. Shit is real. They're learning a lot. They're seeing a lot on these things. And if you're not talking to them, they're learning more than you think. And if you ain't giving them the truth, they're learning a lot of bullshit. So they don't know what to think. Lack of consciousness, comprehension. The mom must also be willing to be a role model for the child, keeping in mind at all times that everything said and done is having an impact that will greatly affect how the kid turns out as an adult. In other words, the job entails leading by example every minute of the goddamn day.
Yes, sir.
I don't think a lot of you women want that job title. This is why y'all rush off to work, make excuses to go back to work. Don't trust the man that you loved prior. I mean, he's such a good man. You put yourself in positions to get away from your child. And you don't even think that that's a problem. No judgment. Most of us got to do what we got to do and work these jobs and whatever the case may be, but just consider that it will have an effect on your child later, whether you know it or not, whether you think your intentions are good or not, whether you think they're in a good space or not. You don't have a crystal ball. They are not better off anywhere else but with you. Learning, growing, eating, being safe. This is a hard 24-hour job for the rest of your fucking life. Thanks, Mom. And my consciousness comes from my mother being a child raising children. She was married to my father at 16, 3 kids by 17 years old. Yeah, a lot of mistakes. And I'm old enough, close enough in her age to remember a lot. So we build a lot on that. It was always important for me to be better than what she tried to be. She tried to be better than her mother. She pointed it out to me. I'm very aware of the history. and my job was to be better than them. And that's how we should think. Now, my children, I expect them to try to be better than me. Like, this is what we want. It's not a competition. You are better than me. Your foundation has been solidified much better than mine was. You have a better beginning, a better start. That is very important. The mom must also be willing to be a role model for the child, keeping in mind at all times that everything said and done is having an impact that will greatly affect how the kid turns out as an adult. In other words, the job entails leading by example every minute of the day. Job hours and pay. The mom job is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no sick days and limited vacation days unless you are willing to take the child on vacation. Also, this job does not pay monetarily. In fact, the job entails the opposite. You pay for everything for the child from birth through college and possibly after. The job requirements. All applicants must have a valid driver's license and skills in housekeeping, cooking, and nursing. Experience in building with Legos, assembling complicated toys, and creating unique art projects is a plus. That also requires immense patience and humility, especially since there will be no evaluations or feedback regarding your performance. You don't have a husband. You have to be willing. If you have a husband, you're going to have to get some feedback. Okay. You're going to get some feedback. Some shit you're doing is not okay. And he may point it out. What you going to do with that? How you going to take that? It's their fucking father. He should have a say. He should have a say.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
So that I don't agree with. There can be an evaluation or some feedback because you have a mother. So that's grandma. Grandma might not like some shit you're doing. And you'll say, well, you did it to me. Well, what I was doing was wrong. And I'm telling you not to do it. How about that? Take that correction. Take that correction. We want better for the kids. And if we see you doing something wrong that ain't favorable, speaking, saying negative things, saying way too much, using your child as a therapist session, stop. They don't need to know all that. It's a bit much.
This message is for all of the people who said that they are so disappointed in me. They're disappointed that I'm not showing more grace. They're disappointed that this is my perspective. They can't believe that I'm being such a hater. This is for y'all. Listen and listen closely. I will always shame anything that does not empower, uplift, motivate, inspire, or encourage our community to be positive. I will always call out when someone is wrong and does not take accountability because it makes other people think that that type of behavior is acceptable. I will always draw attention to when people are doing things that will harm our children, harm our community, and continue to tear down the reputation of Black men and Black women. Always. So if it is disappointing to you that I have no problem saying I want better for us, so we need to stop giving our money, giving our time, and giving our attention to anything that does not make us better, be disappointed, baby. And you might as well be prepared to continue to be disappointed in me, because I am standing 10 toes down on the fact that if you are not here to build up, improve, and be a part of the success of the Black community, Please exit stage left. Okay, bye.
Y'all know what the door is. The job requires immense patience and humility, especially since there will be no evaluations or feedback regarding your performance. And I don't agree with that because kids will tell you, Mommy, I don't like that. You know, you made me cry. Like, kids are pretty damn honest. So don't just brush them off. It's how they feel. You should respect some of their boundaries as well. Feedback regarding your performance, except for negative comments from the child from time to time. Additionally, applicants should be skilled in communication so they can offer support and guidance to the child, teaching right from wrong, as well as how to respect, appreciate, and treat others. Lastly, the job requires someone with unending energy, as there is very little or no downtime in this position. Not needing a lot of is a plus. It's the truth. It is the truth. But if you manage your time wisely, you will be able to get things in order, especially a regular bedtime routine. If you have an infant, that is the first step to making sure you have regular routines. Children appreciate and grow better. They develop better with regular routine. Man, motherhood is no joke. And I'm saying this, you know, with all of that being said, everything we do affects our children, everything we say or not say. Because some of our children are growing up in homes where y'all are not talking to them. They get enough TV and internet time and devices and phones, and then they're at school all day. How much are you really talking to your child? So you should really be conscious of what they're doing on their phones, the things that they're learning, because they're learning things that you're not even aware of. It's a lot going on, and your children are looking for attention. And when they find it on those devices, someone is going to find them.
Get naked right now. GNRN. Believe it or not, that's some lingo that's going around online that people are using to communicate with underage minors. Recently came across some information online that we thought we'd share with you guys. I'm about to give you 4 more acronyms that you can look for in your children's conversations online, they have phones, tablets, gaming. So anywhere they can send a message, there's 4 more acronyms that you should look for. LMIRL, let's meet in real life. Obviously, I don't have to explain the dangers on this one. NP for NP, naked picture for naked picture. TDTM, talk dirty to me. GNOC, get naked on camera. So parents, it's something to look out for, and it's also important that you have a conversation with your kids and let them know, hey, if you start receiving messages like this, you should probably contact authorities immediately. Get naked right now. GNRN.
Some acronyms for you. Did you know? I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of those. So, you know, it's okay as the parent to take control of a device that you pay for and look through it. You don't know what's going on. It's a whole different world we living in with these kids, and we need to be much more present. Our kids are out here committing crimes and doing things, and we keep pandering and coddling the behavior, you know, excusing it. They didn't know, you know, they have all these problems now, these mental issues. It's a lack of accountability from parents. It has a lot to do with that. We're going to talk about this Wisconsin girl that was just sentenced. She was just sentenced because she deleted a little baby at a daycare. Let's have a look at this real quick.
A little girl, just 10 years old, sobs as she's brought into court, charged with first-degree murder. She's comforted by her mom as the judge orders her held on $50,000 bail. And look, as she leans close to her dad, you can see there are handcuffs on her tiny wrists. The charge is shocking. The murder of a baby boy at a daycare center outside Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
City EMS, first responders, for an ill child. Caller states he was napping. He's having a hard time breathing and his head is swelling.
County Sheriff Jim Kowalczyk said the baby died 2 days later.
Injuries sustained by the 6-month boy was not an accident.
The little girl was living with foster parents who run a daycare center. She told police she was holding the baby when the baby accidentally fell out of her arms and hit his head on a footstool. She says she panicked and began stomping on the baby's head to stop him from crying. An imprint of the 10-year-old girl's shoe was found on the baby's head.
The disconnect is just mind-boggling. A crime could not be more horrific, and yet the culprit, allegedly a 10-year-old girl, it's so hard for the system to sort that out.
The girl's parents say she has a history of severe emotional problems. They have tried repeatedly to get her help, but have been told she's too young to be admitted to a mental health facility. Now the disturbing sight of a frightened 10-year-old charged with the ultimate crime.
It's a damn shame. But you see who in there with in court, mom and dad, but she was in a foster care system. Make it make sense. Child is disconnected from the parents. There's no nurture. Not much nurture. We're not nurturing these kids. Stay in the know with your kids. It was hard. Rest in peace to the baby. Such a good listen. Busy doing housework, but here. Okay, I appreciate you. Yeah, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. Child, this is my first time sitting here. I was working at home. But you got to get done. All the time I try to do it. I have to do it with an attitude. But that's hard for that baby. Yep. Now that baby is in jail, confused because they denied her some help. But she's not competent. You know, the judge is holding off on a lot of stuff. You know, they don't believe that she understands what she has done. But again, you know, hubby said while the video was playing, why are you holding the baby? This is a daycare center. Children should not be holding other people's babies. You know, you are responsible. Daycare center. And I was looking up some information to see if I can find, like, it's, you know, because this child was in your care. But this is a sad day. Our children are being charged. They're going to be going to jail for the rest of their life. Is there no blame on the parent? No accountability on the parent? The little girl was just crazy. Huh? She's just disconnected from the world. So the majority of our children are. Sadly. Mothers, where y'all at? Lady Navoa chimed in, that baby in jail. Yeah, she was wrong and need punishment, but shackles up. How is this going to help this little person with no knowledge? And you think she would have did it knowing she's going to jail? Shouldn't she have been taught how to nurture a baby by 10? Huh? Trained up to be gentle. Some boundaries in the daycare center. You are not allowed to pick up anybody else's baby. I don't want no little kid holding my baby. That's me personally. Play that shit. Little kids in the family, you can see them, sit them right there in this chair and hold them. Not moving away. Precious. They're precious. Very resilient little creatures, but very precious. Not giving her excuses, right? Why was she holding that baby? So adults won't hold no accountability. Sorry, I'm pissed. We not teaching our future we quick to throw them away. What the fuck? Yeah, our detention centers are full, and they have plans on putting some money here in Baltimore to that, to extend it, make it bigger. Not programs, not parental programs for families, because these kids got to come back out into the Baltimore streets and go back to the same fucking parenting. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Parents need to be held accountable. Peace and abundance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, man, what the fuck did I just watch? Yeah, it's a sad day. Little girl in Wisconsin. She's jailed and in prison, has been sentenced because she deleted a little boy, in a daycare. She was holding them, dropped them. They said she got scared, didn't know what to do, stop him from crying, and she started kicking him. Y'all, it's a lot of information out here. I come across a lot of stuff. It's an interview. I think I put a lot of the links in the chat. If not, they're on my page. Yeah, this doctor I came across, Dr. John. Let me see his name again. Dr. John Bruchowski. Yes. Nice. Child. The interview was eye-opening, ladies. To sit here, 47, last year had a full hysterectomy due to some very quiet ailments that a lot of us women have, unbeknownst to us, right? So many things in our reproductive system that hides, and it's kind of secret in there. They don't know. It takes a long time to find out. I was struggling for maybe 10, 11 years to find out, the endometriosis is something can't see. There's no blood work or whatever the case may be. It's just so many things that's just been happening in our nation. And unbeknownst to us, it has been an agenda, for a long time. But this video, if you go back to this video and watch the full length of it, I just came across this clip and I thought it was very graphic. Fair trigger warning, ladies, trigger warning. And this is an ex-abortionist, and he's discussing, times where he had to complete a deletion purposely. So let's listen to his story. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning.
Live baby being delivered after an abortion that was crying in the bucket that I caught it in.
How did you try to kill it?
I covered it with a towel so it wouldn't cry, so the mother would not hear it cry. Oh. However, being a good doctor, it was moving. It was moving.
Was the mother unconscious?
No. The mother was there, caught it in a bucket. It was squeaking and making noise. It was 23 weeks. It had to be close to what I thought was a pound. Reached in around my towel, trying to suffocate this child. I picked it up by its head and it felt heavy. So I put it on the scales, and that's when it showed 505 grams.
So you didn't just, forgive me, you didn't just let it die. You tried actively to suffocate it at that point, which is no different to killing it within the womb, of course. So I suppose it shouldn't shock me, but
Look
it does.
No, this is the whole idea. When they say, when the world says, when a live product of an abortion, they're talking
mother effers.
They are truly MFers, buddy. The whole system is rigged to abort the pregnancy, to decrease fertility. Climate change, too many people, human cause. We are always the problem. The human person is always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of my lionesses, I sent that to y'all in the chat. I think some of y'all had watched the whole video. But this is why I say we need to take control of the knowledge that we give our girls. Because I had to go the long way of learning it myself and teaching my mother. Like, this is amazing. You understand? This is why our village needs to be focused. We need some structure. And motherhood is at the top of the goddamn list because we are the creators of life. And we are tearing societies up when we are not educating our girls. because that there is something unique to hear. His whole video, that whole hour, almost 2 hours of knowledge that he gave out, being an OBGYN since the late 70s, the knowledge that that man gave was amazing. And I am proud of myself for fishing, hey, OG, fishing for the knowledge, searching for it, teaching our girls so they can be conscious. And the reason they choose to hold off or wait for whatever is because they're aware. They're very conscious of what their body is capable of doing and how they can harm it. Ladies, mishandling your womb, your vagina is not a good thing. And we're out here promoting it, making it seem like it's okay. It's your body. You can do what you want. No, we need to stop, because our nations are being destroyed and we're not teaching our younger generation how important it is to be a woman and a mother. So we need to get this knowledge. Yes, the interview was deep. It was so much information. And gentlemen, if you're interested in hearing about, some of this information, feel free. But ladies, I suggest that you all check that video out. Even if you can't find it right now, I will put it in the link, put it in the chat later after this. Ooh. But again, we all have to be held accountable to some degree when it comes to our children finding themselves in situations where they're taking lives, and not for survival purposes. They're just taking lives. Careless. Trigger warning. Adults leaving children to be responsible for other children. Ladies, that was two mothers who felt it okay to allow a 10 and 12-year-old to monitor littler children. And they beat them babies up. Them boys beat them babies up. Mothers, we are the first sign of defense when it comes to our children. And I think y'all lack care and nurture. Whether you was or was not taught from your mother. Maybe you weren't cared for well. We always point the finger at the men. Not here. Mothers, we are in possession of these kids. And we make stupid ass decisions. So them ladies is not going to get a whole lot of time. More innocent lives lost at the hands of young children who really lack comprehension. Our children are fucked up because of these devices. And the fact that us parents pawn them off to these devices thinking it's feeding them something. Some of our children will not eat. Yeah. Get up to go use the bathroom. It's bad. And instead of us being proactive as parents, we be reactive. You yell at the kid. You yell at them for doing what they're doing. And some of that finger needs to be pointed at us. You allow them to be on it for so long. Limit the time. But it's too many articles. It is too many news briefs that's similar to this. Our children are out here acting a fool. They're little murderers. We got a lot of little murderers out here, like for real. It's amazing. And we ain't batting an eye. Mothers, shame on their asses. Go to gamble. I show y'all all year. Got a young woman went to go smoke some weed with her mother. And the baby come running out the house and police Had to hold her accountable, and they're in the house making excuses. It was only a second. No, it took us about 10 minutes to get here. And we've been here for like another 10 minutes. It's only a minute. Are we just lost in fantasy land, ladies? It's not okay, especially when it comes to these kids. You're leaving these precious babies with other raging hormone kids who ain't capable to monitor your precious child. It's too hands off. Y'all want to be on TikTok and, you know, trying to get famous from a fucking video. Like, it is amazing where we at. Putting our kids in a whole slew of positions on these social media platforms. We got a break from the monotony. Yeah. Oh Lord, I done found something.
Hey y'all, come here.
What happened now?
There was a little kid saying help.
A little what?
A little kid next door saying help. My mommy got mommy and dad, somebody help me, please.
Were they outside, inside?
The kid was outside.
The kid was outside? How old was the kid?
He was like 5.
Okay. Did they bring him back inside or?
A person came in there.
Is that kid? Is that it? What's wrong? Hello? Police department. Hello? She went to the store. Police department. Where'd they go? What store did they go to?
Apple Street.
The what?
Apple.
The Apple store?
It's close to our house.
Yeah, it's right down the street. How long have they been gone?
Keith Foster, South Jackson.
3001 and
Where's he at?
Foster's your dad?
Yeah.
Does he live
3001
with you?
Yeah.
Did your mom and dad both go to the store together?
No, my dad's at my papa's house.
Your dad's at your papa's house? Do you know the phone number there?
Yeah.
You do? Where's the phone? You have a phone in here?
No.
No?
I saw your phone, but it's dead.
Okay. So your mom left you, went to the Big Apple store? How long has she been gone? You don't know?
How old are you?
5.
5. What's your name?
People been breaking into our house, but
People have been breaking into your house.
yeah, and they messing up our house.
For you.
I left
The
it
neighbors
on
called.
the
Come here and
Why
speak.
you right here across the street?
No. Hold on. Where's Grandma live?
Right across the street.
Why don't you take it with you?
I just went over there real quick.
Do you have an ID?
Yes, sir.
What's across the street?
Literally across the street. Right here. Across the street. Can you come over here real quick? This guy, baby. Can you come over here real quick? I can't find my freaking one. Give me my ID. The police is here.
What was the rate?
So why did you leave him here? So I just was real quick. No. These are our mothers. Bless her heart, that little boy can articulate as well as he did. But do you understand the trauma that you are causing your child by doing that? The position you're putting that child in as far as safety? Don't snitch, first rule. But you hear a lot of that. Only left for a second. Just any excuse, ladies, any excuse, stop. They're going to be being held accountable. The authorities will be being called on you guys. The shit that you post, with your goddamn kids, the shit that you post with your kids. Mandated reporters will report. Okay. Will be a warning. The first will be a warning to your message box. No response. That's the warning. Did she just yell at the baby? Why you didn't just come and do? No. It's his fault. Sad when they take him, he not knowing they taking him from his home to someone else's home. Yeah. No, they have no clue. These babies don't understand any of that. They don't understand any of that. I would have caught a goddamn charge that day. As the father, and if you tell a woman who does these things with the child, if they have the father, get the child to the damn daddy. You don't want to be there. You ain't got enough time. You tired, you drained. Give him to the daddy. Facts. The child could have got into anything. Absolutely. Could have burned the fucking house down. Could have burnt himself. Could have drunk some bleach. Could have walked outside. Somebody could have snatched him. Took his body parts. Like all of that. Hey. So do we care if they get hurt? Or again, we'll be a victim. That's another victim, right? Bam, boop, something happened to my baby. I'm a victim now, right?
Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Shit is getting weird. Now this is weird, uncanny. It's super fucking natural. It's supernatural. Mothers don't want to be mothers. Motherhood is just too much. What'd you say, Lady Navo?
I am here to do some good old-fashioned slut shaming.
Yeah! Like a lot of you motherfuckers. You go back in your past and you know your mama was a rotten bitch. Okay? And you make up all these things about how good she was, how nice she was. She wasn't there because she was at school better in her life. She wasn't there because she didn't give a fuck. She wanted to be with everybody but you.
With Michelle at 4:30. Stop.
Mom.
At 4:30.
Mom.
What?
Are you tricking tonight? Are you tricking tonight?
No, I'm not.
I want to watch a movie since you're not tricking tonight.
So this is what you'll be doing on these girls' trip.
We came to hoe and go.
Your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life.
Stop getting on here with no clothes on, shaking your ass when you know it's fucking kids on these fucking apps.
Y'all hoes ain't got no motherfucking respect. Y'all think just because something is trending, it's okay to do. Bitch, it ain't okay. Y'all out here in public with little ass clothes on and there's kids around here. But you want a motherfucker to respect your pimping. Ho, ain't nobody gonna respect you, ho, when you out here looking like a ho. If ain't nobody gonna tell you, I'ma tell you. If your ass out, you twerking, and you got motherfucking kids, bitch, you should be ashamed, ho. I should slap the shit out your stupid ass. Cause your mama ain't slapping you. Y'all bitches need to get some clothes on and get your motherfucking act right, stupid ass bitches. The fucking generations are watching us, for Christ's sake. We judging. We judging. It's too much. The gender push is crazy. Got our girls out here confused as hell, ripping out their reproductive systems because they want to be fucking men, and then detransition later. Like, the shit is crazy. Okay? Not only do women care more about money than their fucking wombs and what they can create as life. It's crazy. So imagine the young girls, they could care less. You see the little girl drop the baby, she could care less. She kicked the fucking baby head in. 10. I can see 3 or 4. 10. You ain't got no sense? Fuck out of here. You ain't never hold the baby doll. You didn't train that little girl to play with no baby doll.
Shameful shit.
So with the baby, we don't do that no more? Is that not the kind of play that mothers do anymore? Because the shit that they watching on TV is fresh. The shit that they watch, them YouTube videos with the grown people playing with dolls and stuff, your children watch that stuff. They get fresh. They talk all kind of bull crap. So motherhood, y'all, your mothers is not focused. We are not focused. We care more about dick than our kids. But when I tell you that, you mad at me. Make that shit make sense. Care more about your bag than them kids. Any opportunity to get away, you take it. I got shame because I wouldn't fucking leave my kids when they were younger. Nah, I'm good. Nick, you want to do? Nah, I'm good. You want to sitting up under your husband all the time? I'm good. Shit is amazing. Some of us find a lot of pleasure in it. And that's the kind of energy I want to inspire and motivate in other women. Love your babies. They grow up quickly. Okay? Train them up.
I'm an angel.
Listen, dude. Listen. Take a deep breath. Say some more. No, I know because you hollering. Take another breath. Calm down. Take another breath. Listen. Listen, calm down.
Mama.
Take a breath.
Can I have this?
Take a deep breath. Calm down. Okay, listen, calm down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
I can't take a deep breath. I can't do nothing without you. Please.
Stop it, dude.
You stop it.
Listen, dude. K3, you want to whoop me?
Just whoop me if you need to.
I don't want to whoop you, K3.
Just do it if you need to, though.
K3, you got to come
I'm just telling you. Just whoop me if you need to. Just whoop me if you want to.
I don't want to whoop you, son.
Yeah. But if you need to, just do it.
Why? Why are you telling me?
If you need to whoop me, just whoop me, Dada.
Why would you want me to do that?
I don't know. It's just if you need to, just do it.
When you being bad?
Yes, just do it. Just do it. Just do it if you need to. But remember, I gotta tell you 2 more things though.
Go ahead.
I'm precious. You gotta believe me. Believe me.
I believe you.
Believe me.
I believe you.
Dada, in the morning I'll just wake up and go to school.
No, you gonna wake up and go to school anyway.
Dad, let me tell you something. Please.
K3, listen. You going with your mama tonight. So quit crying.
Yes. But
Quit
I know. I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Dada.
I love you.
You let me do everything. Mama does it. See, that's what I want to say with you all the time, please. Dada.
Take a deep breath. You're going to have a heart attack, K3. Calm down.
I'm having a heart attack about you. And Mama. But Mama. Mama's the only one making me so mad.
She's your mother, K3.
Yes, I love her, but he makes me mad all the time.
Why? Because she don't let you get your way?
No, because she beats me.
No, she's not mean.
She
Look at
beats
your sister.
me.
She ain't even crying.
Let me stay with you.
You be good tomorrow, and I'll let you stay with me tomorrow.
Dada.
Okay? Okay?
Dada. I'm having a heart attack right now. I'm having a heart attack right now. I'm having a heart attack, Dada.
How you having a heart attack?
If you was having a heart attack, you wouldn't be talking.
That was labeled separation anxiety. Y'all thought about that? What y'all thought about his expression of how he was feeling? You think he was being heard? That video had a lot of views. The comments were amazing. The women hate men. Do you ladies hate men? That's the dad. Yeah, that's the dad. He wants to stay with his dad. Whoopings are not the answer to everything, parents. It's not. He's very cute. He's very articulate, too. Seems very aware of his emotions, how he's being treated in different places. He's right in not being with dad, mama. He don't want to leave dada. The comments from the women I thought were quite unique. A lot of them said, well, when he's with dad, that lets him get away with everything. And mom probably is, more strict or whatever the case may be. No, mothers are victims. And our children know that. Don't have enough time for them. Once they start getting to the age where they demand your time and your fucking attention, you have to pay attention. And they need the attention. You can't pull back. When they're little fresh babies, we're right in their face all fucking day. Kissy, kissy, kissy. But when they get to that age of observing the world, they want your attention. Good, bad, indifferent. And if they see they can do bad things to get your attention, they might make that a good habit of just doing something bad. Because either way, I get your attention. And even after whooping their ass, they still love you. Ain't that something? Got their ass whooped royally, cried to sleep, wake up and still love mama. That's the effect that we have, that unconditional love. Our children will have that for us. Absolutely. Does not give us the right to mishandle them, dismiss them, and not show them some type of respect. That type of situation should not happen repeatedly. That may have been a once in a while incident. And it was a part 2 to it. It was too long and it wouldn't let me download it. But she pretty much dismissed him. He did go home, but that lasted a little longer. And to just be dismissed that mommy's not mean. Some mommies are mean. Some of you bitches are really mean. I see you out there. You're mean. I know some mean moms. Like you're fucking mean. And when your children tell you that you're mean, what, you don't believe them? You don't think they see how you treat them? Talk to them? Huh? It's a lot of nights of reading books. That little boy is still at an age where loving his mother to sit up under him and read a book. Y'all don't want to do it for the long haul. It's a long haul. It's a forever kind of thing. And we can't be upset with our children if they prefer the other parent more. It's not a fucking competition. But all of the comments portrayed that this man allowed this little boy to do whatever he wants. No, he's a man who once was a fucking boy. So he absolutely understands what his son needs more than what mommy thinks he needs, right? Because we think we know every fucking thing. That's our problem to some degree. We don't. And when you have little boys, they're different than little girls, and they need different stimuli than what we give fucking girls. And if daddy's going to do that, which he obviously is because he's saying it, the little boy was pretty fucking articulate. I want to be with you. It's not that I don't love mommy, but mommy's mean. I get more attention from you. Children want to be, ladies consider that, children want to be where they are complimented and appreciated and not just tolerated. That was hard for me to watch. So just imagine our children when we take them to daycare, you know, and most mothers are coached and told that this is normal. This is normal for your kids. You know, they're going to cry. They're going to do all of this. That you are really causing a trauma. We're causing it. I've known people who put their kids in daycare and they ain't even fucking work. What type of shit is that? Why is they going to daycare? You ain't even working. You going to work or school or something? You got services for child to go to daycare? But you love your kids. You want your kids. You really want me to believe that shit. We got to stop pandering and coddling the shit. Because our kids are murdering other babies 10 and 12 years old. And mothers, we sitting back like I'm the fucking victim. Clink, clink, my child is in jail. And here's another reason for me to be a fucking victim. That shit is pitiful. And we the women do it. We parade, we champion you bitches doing this shit. And then judge you on the back scene. Talk about you like a fucking dog. I'll do it to your face, you know. We gotta do better for these kids. And can't nobody say anything. So if you know a bad mother, it is 2020 fucking 4, and it's time to tell them they was a bad mother. I'm sorry, you was a bad mother. I'm glad I survived, and I hope I'm breaking cycles by not repeating some of the things that you did. And that's how we have to be. It's okay. We want our children to be better than us. That should be the focus, not competing with them. What else we got? Hooked on PCP. Promote that conscious parenting. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work, y'all. It's real. Fathers are needed and necessary. And if you didn't know, somebody should have told you. I ain't had one. He was absolutely needed and necessary. Good, bad, and the ugly. I got to see it all. And absolutely gave me a blueprint of what not to do with our children. And many of the times, ladies, I had to check myself. Self-regulation. Self-regulation. I had to take that correction. Mama, you're doing something wrong. Like, this is not working. You might have to do something different. This yelling all every morning is not going to work, trying to get everybody together. Those corrections are hard to take when you think you're doing the best thing, you know? I got company. I got somebody done popped in on me. All right now. Lady Novelle's in the building. Welcome, welcome. She don't pop up on too many times, but she up on mine. Hey, okay. I know it's you. I know it's you.
I'm here too. What's popping? What's popping, shorty? I'm here too. What up, sis?
I have to make sure I want no troll up here. No, just playing. How y'all doing?
Good to go. We good.
All is well. No, I'm a little upset, man. Just going out to the store today, watching bad mothers misbehave, carts full of shit. We're supposed to nourish the family, not poison them. I'm a little pissed, sis. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pop up here because you said something that triggered me. You about the women in the comments about the dad. The dad don't really see the son like the mom do, right? So when he gets his child, if his dad say, I want to watch TV or cartoon, he's going to let him, right? If he say, I want to go to the park, Dad, He gonna let him. Dad, can I get some ice cream? He gonna let him. Can I smoke some ganja, Dad? He ain't gonna let him. So let him do everything and what he want is like, I don't know. I don't like when people do that. They shouldn't even make that comment. It was irrelevant. Like, you only saying that to make an excuse that she don't have to hold accountability. That, you know, they could have made that work. That was so hurtful watching that video. He didn't want to leave his dad. And she was like, it's okay, you know, because it's normal. And that's the sad part. And it hurt the mom how hurtful it was to see your seed hurt that you couldn't be with the dad. And that's sad.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think she didn't seem any empathetic.
It was normal.
Like you said, it seemed like it's something that's normal. You know, this one thing parents need to understand: children want their parents together. They don't care if y'all don't like each other or not. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. They really don't fucking care who did what to who cheated on who ain't pay what bill. It affects them drastically, okay? For them to not have mommy and daddy together. However it's going to present, it's going to present. You know, abandonment issues, that separation anxiety, you know, the acting out, all of it, it's going to present itself, you know, but they have to understand the situation, and it's on us to bring that clarity to them. Hey now, information man, welcome.
Sheila's in the building.
Sheila's in the building. Welcome, Miss Sheila. Appreciate you pulling up, popping in. Mona D is in the building.
Hey, Mona.
Welcome. Y'all missed a lot of triggering stuff. I'm glad. If you want to check it out, you can rewind it, but it was quite freaking triggering. You know, our kids are out here causing, you know, some horrendous crimes and such, and parents are pandered and coddled. We are not being as responsible as we should when it comes to our kids. We kind of dropping the ball badly.
I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't disagree.
Appreciate you being here, Ms.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having me. I just, the topic is amazing. The information that you're giving is dope as well. And the balance, you know, a little bit of solutions, information, and then some examples via video. So what I see is the consideration. You know me, I'm always talking about consideration. And, you know, I see the men saying, respect your mother, recognize your mother.
Yes, always. Thank your mother.
But on the other side, it's not so much. And again, for us to come up here and point these things out and make it seem like you just picking the worst videos to show women in a bad light. Like I heard that recently. People just come up, you know, they show these videos of women and try to depict them. And we don't have to try. We don't have to look hard. And why is everybody from all over the world pulling videos to show examples of what we're talking about?
Right.
It's not to be mean. It's to open an eye. This is what's actually going on.
Absolutely.
And if we continue to sit idly by, it's going to look the way it looks. Children doing grown-up things, being held to grown-up standards, given grown-up accountability from the court. And all we saying is you punish them way better than the court.
Yes. And I think that was something I used to tell our children. It's best for me to reprimand you now so the court, police, judges don't have to do it later. So take this shit, because people out in the real world ain't going to be as gentle. They don't care about you as much as we do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they really understand that. But if you talk to children on a level like that, don't all that baby talk and all, like we ain't do none of that. And they need that dialogue, that open conversation with their parents, mother and father, the same. And ladies, get off your ego. Stop being envious of the relationship that these children have with their fathers. Praise it, embrace it, nurture it. They need you both. You know, but I hear more women put down men than I hear the men put down women when it comes to fathers and mothers. You know, a woman will tell all kind of everything, all the nigga ain't shit, da 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 da, but a man will be like, you know, I just had to walk away. They don't do all that, telling you all the details of this and that, how somebody hurt them and da 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 da. But they love their kids. It didn't work out between y'all. They care about the kid, right? It's your job and responsibility to make sure that relationship is nurtured. And we don't want that. They don't want to do that. They want to cause a wedge in between. What do you think about that, Lady Boa?
I agree with that. And it's sad that they don't have the mentality, because you see a lot of kids when they get mad when you see that the parents trying to get a divorce. They have a mental breakdown in school and all this stuff. They have attitudes. They act out for attention because they want the parents to see them. They have a voice. They was like, I have a voice. I have a say-so too. I don't want you guys to leave. And shout out to Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, rest in love, King. I always say that when I say his name. He, you know what I'm saying?
You can't make this shit up.
That's true, you can't. But he said, try to make it work for the kids. You made your bed, you lie in it, right? That saying, it goes a long way. You chose that person to lay with and not have to use a condom. Protection, sorry. So when you don't have a protection, 9 months later, possibilities happen. You knew that as the person who was sleeping. Even as a teenager, you knew that. And if you didn't know what happens after you do that, who fault is that?
These girls don't know nothing. They blame the men. What are you talking about?
They do. You can't no victim is Olympics, because when that 9 months come and you got that baby, you can't take all those excuses, and you got to raise that baby, or you gonna be in deep poo poo, or you ain't gonna be a parent no more. They gonna take your kid, and your kid gonna be in the system, and you don't want the system taking care of your child. You don't want the system taking care of your child. They're not gonna do it right. Yeah, Mrs. Jones ain't in the system taking care of your child from down the street that used to watch all the kids growing up. Nah, it's that mean Miss Green down there. Putting you in all these different homes, you getting molested. It's crazy.
Some decent nurture. Yeah, no, I'm just saying maybe 10% maybe come out of foster care with some nurture. But a lot of parents are not fit, and they don't need to be with their asses either. That's the worst part.
And that's where I'm at. Like, I could care less about what's going on in there. They're gonna have to make it work because their parent is not capable. If they are neglecting the child, abusing the child, these words are words for a reason. And in 2024, mandated reporters, God-fearing Christians, honorable people, they're not having it. If they are, I would be very surprised. But if they got to go into the system, they got to go into the system. Let them figure it out. A lot of people figured it out.
Well, why? There's so many kids in the system. It's so full, and they don't even know what to do with those kids. And I don't know what y'all call. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sis. No, you go ahead, sis.
Just like, I don't know what y'all call it, but what do they call? Not SSI, but the people that take your system, that put your kids in the system. Yeah, whatever. I didn't even know who they was growing up. I never hear about them. I did not know. Like, I would have been called them. But I'm just playing. But I'm just saying, there's so many kids in the system, they don't even know what to do with these kids. And when CPS took away the discipline at home, that really turned the world around.
Wait a minute.
What discipline? They took the discipline away, didn't they?
No, they didn't. All states, corporal punishment is absolutely legal in your home. Now, you cannot abuse your children. There's a difference between spanking little pals and pops than haul off and whooping in your child's ass. It's levels to it. And, with CPS, it is levels to it, but it is not illegal
that's where
to
the complication
spank your children.
comes in at,
it came from school saying corporal punishment is out the door, which nobody wants teachers to be whooping their kids. So we appreciate that. But parents took that as you can't whoop your kid. But when you're not structuring a home and you think like you said earlier, whooping your child is the answer to everything. Yeah, no, that's neglect. That's abuse.
Fact.
I hear you.
Try talking to him. Yeah, try talking to him first.
Yeah,
absolutely. You should absolutely try talking. But again, what does this look like in our families? This is why it looks the way it looks, because punishment, reprimand, constructive criticism don't look good in our family. And if the kids are looking at mommy who don't get punished, don't get reprimand, don't get constructively criticized, and then you try to do it to them, they're like, wait a minute, she disobey you all the time. She don't do stuff you tell her to do all the time. And this is what we as men, we started to get into the conversation yesterday, but didn't dive all the way into it. And it's absolutely right. In the hierarchy of our family, what is the consequences for y'all as wives if y'all don't listen to y'all husbands?
Because most wives wouldn't care if you.
Yeah, I say I'm sorry, and he better fucking accept it. I'm sorry, damn. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, and he better fucking accept it. Cook him some food.
I'm thinking
suck
about
his
him
dick.
keeping that gluck away. Wait a minute, hold up.
It's there.
That's the women, right? Because if you don't do what I say, women close their legs or their mouth.
Question, but that was a question for y'all. So I mean, you guys are wives. What's the consequence if you mess up in the day? If you forget to do something? If you don't get the thing on the list your husband asked you to get? If you forget to do the load that you planned on doing, what's the consequence?
The internal shame and disappointment. For me, it's that disappointment. Like you're one person I don't want to disappoint.
Absolutely.
So that's it. But I can't get no whooping.
Exactly.
Nothing like that.
Exactly. Again, this is the fairy tale world that we live in. Hearing they are so dictatorship,
I can tell them you demand changed behavior. You can't just say sorry because you didn't get, but if it's on the list, like I told you before you left,
Yeah, that's right. If you got a good man, take care of your man. If you got a good man, take care of your man. I'm gonna say it for the third time. If you got a good man, take care of your man. If he's holding down,
that's the thing, sis.
Talk about it, sis.
All good.
Don't let the take heed to the message come in, because you already know. I got a little bit of that of her and me too. You already know that before we even knew who she was, and you do too.
Now.
You do too. And she said, and back to the kids. Yeah, talk to your kids. Whooping is not always. Now we can say, because we older. To the little people, they probably say we old and we still young. We will say, "Oh, we got beat," but we know we didn't get abused, But we were like, we got beaten growing up. You know what I'm saying? But look at us. Look at us. Like, the rah-rah sisterhood. And I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. And I'm about to applaud you real quick. But the rah-rah sisterhood, like with you, realistic vibes, take heed to the message, women like that.
I wouldn't disagree. Those are my sisters. You ladies are the lionesses. Like I told y'all earlier, just to be associated with y'all is prideful because you ladies have a great reputation. You handle yourselves in a certain way. Never hear nobody talking crazy about y'all. They may feel a certain way, but none of that shit ever surfaces. So we could care less about what they do on their side. But you always, carry yourself with integrity. It's admirable. No, and I was giving you ladies the flowers real quick while you was getting your song together.
No, something went out and she went blank. I said, did she leave me? It went blank, and then all I seen was me. I was like, wait a minute, where'd she go?
Are you on the phone?
But anyway, I'm on the. That's why I got my camera up. When I got my camera on, I'm on my other device, and I'm resting. I wasn't feeling well today, and I had to sing today, so I left early. I wasn't feeling like I got a procedure on Tuesday, so I'm just chilling. But no, ladies, like I was saying, if you got a good man, take care of him. If take heed to the message was here, she'll be very, very blunt and tell you. Give your man head. In other words, she'll tell you straight out how to take care of him. And that's not the only way, though. But that's not the only way, sexually. No.
Your best advice is to ask him.
Yes, that's another thing. Get to know who your man is. Women don't understand that. Get to know who your man is. When you go out to order your man food, do you have to call him, when she said, to ask him what do he want all the time, even when you can't get in contact with him?
Wait a minute. Lady Naveau, you said order food?
Yeah, we
I'm just saying, like, if you out and about and let's say y'all got a free day and she cooks all the time. It's just an example.
Boys
Knowing your
don't eat
man.
that.
See, like when you go,
Why?
you know.
Boys don't eat. I don't eat noodles. I'm a grown man.
He's so cute.
He's a cutie. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, sis. It's just the decisiveness, the maturity that comes with the real world. Again, if we play tennis over what to eat, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Well, what do you want? Well, you want Mexican? Well, no, I don't want that. Well, what do you want? Like that, we would be so immature. How the hell do we get the car insurance and the car note done if we can't even get Chinese food fucking done?
For real.
You can't be serious. So I do understand, the point that you're driving, and that's exactly why we don't even deal with that. We're eating out because it's too much of a to-do to get some food that we could have made better. So just talking through that, like what we getting? Well, we're gonna get some steak and we're gonna get some eggs with cheese. And like we can make
Don't
that.
ask me.
I should have rewarded it. I'm like, we was on vacation and with no stove in the hotel, and we had to go get some food. You know what to go get your man. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When you want to be freaky with him, you know what he likes. Get to know him. Ask questions like Mr. He said, and he's a man. He's telling you. These are what they call them, solutions. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, I don't know what to do. He just told you. Ask your man questions. Communicate.
Yeah, I mean, please, they'll never acknowledge the good information that comes out of this space, because then they can't validate themselves by saying this space doesn't provide any good information. I watched a panel of wives last week. The missus had the pleasure of sitting in with Lady Di and some really
that was fire.
Great conversation. But you won't see anybody, reacting to that. You won't see anybody coming in the chat saying, hey, lovely wives, great, refreshing conversation. Again, none of that, because they won't be able to later on in the week say, there is no good spaces in here where there's wives talking about being married in a positive fashion and giving tips to young. There's nobody doing that. I seen a post earlier today on Facebook that said, why there's no women talking about menopause in this space? Is it too embarrassing? And I put a link to Mrs.SheSaid's episode on menopause and said, boom. You think it got a response? Still no response. So again, they want to cultivate this air that this space is very dysfunctional and nobody has anything positive to say. But again, I'll ask you, who else got green flags on their page floating around? I got a green flag and the missus got a green flag. Yeah. But you don't see anybody doing reactions to that. They rather do reactions to the popular table at the lunchroom. So again, you guys continue to do what you do. We'll continue to be a few steps ahead, respectfully. And everybody will meet at the destination. But we got another video after that.
We're all across this country, man, and everybody's news is different. So I know y'all kids is acting the fool in y'all's cities and towns as well. We're gonna jump into, like I've been stressing the whole devices, man. Now we see most of our children want to grow up and be social media influencers, and they're doing all this stuff, and even parents are encouraging it, buying their kids string lights, and their kids are trying to get their kids famous by being on there. Because I told you how many women I have brought forth, like they get all these likes by having reels with their kids, and then when you go to their page, all they're doing is showing their fucking body, and you know what I mean? It's like, really? So any opportunity for some attention, but this is the generation that we're raising. They lack consciousness of human decency, if you ask me. They're very self-centered. They don't care about shit but themselves. I mean, and we can tell, like, the debauchery is amazing. Like, it's modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Huh? Can we say that? What do you think about that, Lady Nouveau? Are you still here? We gonna play this video. Child, these boys. So come on, there we go.
I'm here.
A lot on my mind, I don't wanna think she come and relax me.
So this is John Tay Collier and Eric Dodds, a TikTok couple who amassed over 800,000 followers before they were arrested for murder charges. So before their arrest, John Tay and Eric made dancing videos, relationship videos, and their account was taking off pretty quickly here on TikTok. I mean, even a quick glance at their account right now shows that they have videos with millions and millions of views. Yes, their account is still online. But on August 1st, 2022, local authorities responded to a report of shots fired in Rossville, Georgia. When authorities responded, they found Dakota Bradshaw shot to death inside of his own home. So there were actually 4 suspects in this murder, but recently these 2 were sentenced to lengthy prison terms. And I couldn't really find information on what the alleged motive would have been behind this murder, but their vehicles that they featured prominently in their TikTok videos were seen by multiple witnesses in the area of the crime right when it happened. You see, Dakota Bradshaw had been sitting near his window at his house when people shot through the window, killing him. And allegedly, the suspects were parked in Dakota's driveway and fled in a red pickup truck, a truck that belonged to these guys. Now, interestingly enough, Eric and John Tay's TikTok account is still actively posting, and they are posting tons of content about how these 2 are allegedly innocent. But the legal system didn't see it that way. You see, in June of this year, Eric Dodds was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and John Tay Kavon Collier was found guilty of the murder charges, and he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Now, I'm eager to find out more details behind this case, like why this happened, who exactly pulled the trigger. There's a lot of mystery surrounding this story, but I'll keep you guys updated if I find anything else out.
What you think about that, Lady Nouveau?
Well, I was gonna ask you to start out. Explain what really happened. Who shot who?
Well, they both are in jail. They were a couple. They were a, influential TikTok social media couple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this
But
is
not
what
dating couple, right?
Used. Right. So yeah, they're 2 gay guys, young men. Now what the whole, like he said, all the information leading up to everything, but they were in the driveway and the gun was there and they shot through the window of this guy's house and deleted him. Because I'm looking for it too, so hopefully he'll find more than me.
Wow.
Yeah, I got this dark web stuff going on. But yeah, them young men are in jail and their pages are still going. It just shows, this social media stuff is unique, to be thrusting our kids and allowing them to, get so engulfed in it. There's no hands-on skills they're learning, Kids can't even hold babies no more. You understand? A 10-year-old drops a baby and kicks it in its head because it doesn't know what to do. A 10-year-old?
Yeah, the internet is I don't want to talk about the internet. There's so much going on. There's so much going on.
We can't blame the technology. We have to know how to use it.
The technology doing what it's supposed to do. It's not just like a gun. It's not bad. It's the person who's holding that gun and what they're doing. That's true. I have a question. Do you know the ending results of the other video you showed earlier? It's in my brain. And I was trying to ask you, but I know you be so busy as a host. But the kid left at home. And the mom said she was across the street. Did she go to jail? Do you know the end result? Remember, like we did with the kid that stopped the baby?
You said the parents?
What happened to the mom that came home to the kid that was in the house? And the parent and the police was there because the kid.
Oh, her mother came. She called her mother, and then her mother came over and thought she was going to be able to, get her daughter, out of trouble, they keep just making it seem like, you know, and a lot of mothers do this, you know, well, I didn't mean to, and I was only gone for a second. And yeah, it takes 2 seconds for a baby to drown in the motherfucking tub. So, you know, these types of games we can't keep playing. It can't just be being excused. And I think CPS has a lot to do with it. They'll come and, oh, I don't see nothing wrong here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's to one's discretion. And, you know, us as a community of mothers, yeah, we're going to have to start showing some fucking discernment, because CPS is not going to step in all the time. And when they do, they'll back off because it's not enough evidence. You understand? It's all about the evidence and what you can prove. But then there's cases where they don't need no fucking evidence and they go in people's houses and take their kids. So can we really trust in the system in its at all?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So she went to jail. She had to go to jail. I wonder if did they take that baby?
Right across the street.
Why don't you take him with you?
Yeah, they would
I
have.
just went over there real quick.
Do you have an ID?
Yes, sir.
What's across the street?
Literally across the street. Right here. Across the street. Can you come over here real quick? This guy, baby. Can you come over here real quick? I can't find my freaking one. Give me my ID. The police is here.
What was the racial
Yes.
gender?
I can't find my ID.
Sorry, I'll get you.
Shit.
Look, how old are you?
21?
You don't know your social.
No, sir.
And that baby 5.
Listen,
I gotta keep it.
She's 21. That baby is 5, and she don't know her motherfucking social security number.
I'm
Shame
just
on
about
my.
to ask you, do you know yours? Because I know mine.
What? I knew mine in the 2nd grade.
That just pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like Blaze.
Yeah.
I feel you, boy. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm getting pissed off, and I'm gonna drink ginger ale. I didn't spit out my ginger ale. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's what Blaze said. He said, "You done made me spit out my ginger ale." I said, "You drink a lot of ginger ale." But go ahead. My bad. But and it's so funny because you can't let the police in, but that boy let them in. So when she came home, it's nothing she could say like, "Get out of my house. You ain't got no warrant." Up too late, baby. First of all, there was a child here and no parent. He called us. We're here to help and serve and protect, okay? So you wasn't here, so we was a parent. And that this shit is crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me mute.
No clue on how the system works, and that's fucked up. And women just keep with the plausible deniability. They don't know how the law works. They don't know how the courtroom works. They don't know how the motherfucking condom work. Like, come on. This is unacceptable.
You better stop. You gonna make me spit out my ginger ale.
How old are you?
21?
You don't know your social.
No, sir.
Listen,
I gotta keep it.
you got to get off the phone.
I'm sorry.
You got to get off the
I'm sorry. All right, Mom. He said I gotta get off the phone.
How do you know that?
Hello.
How are you doing? And this is the world we live in.
These
Like,
women think these phones are gonna save their fucking lives. That's the crazy shit. Like, they're hooked to us. Police is here. You lucky you was even able to pick up that phone to call mommy. I had a video to show y'all of a police chase. This young man was being chased. Don't you know he had his mama on the phone and mama met at a goddamn intersection. He on the road running from the goddamn police. Okay. He hopped out that car and into his mama's arms. Lord have mercy.
Slap.
Child.
I'm sorry.
You got to get off.
I'm sorry. All right, Mom. He said I gotta get off the phone. Yeah.
It's her.
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
All right. Your grandma?
Yes, sir.
She was over with you.
Yeah, but for a second, she only came over here for a second.
This second.
Where you
These women with this second shit, you motherfuckers are delusional. I can't take it no more. Okay? A second. Milliseconds is a second. Like, it's like this, ma'am. It's just that part. It's just the lack of accountability just right there. It wasn't a second. Wasn't even 5 minutes.
Mama,
Might
stop
have been
helping
2
your kids when they're in the wrong. Stop taking up for your kids when they're in the wrong, Mama. That's not parenting.
She wrong.
That's not parenting. We gotta stop because you know this is crazy. This is. Oh, go ahead and play it. You got Blaze ginger ale right now. Go ahead.
Ciao.
I mean, this is what plausible deniability looks like, y'all. This is why we're so animate about it, because even with the example that sis gave, she was smart enough to say, you ain't got no warrant. You can't be in here. See how they smart in that area? Even just that rebuttal. And that is true. That's 80 to 90. It's not, but that's 80 to 90% of people's rebuttal, even 85%, because they 85ers.
That's what they
So I would say 85% of people would respond like that. But again, like you said, that's not even true. That's not even the law. If they hear something going on, anything that creates,
suspicion, something. Yeah.
It's too late. You weren't there when they came. They came in with a baby.
And they were called by the next door neighbors.
Absolutely. So they have a right to be in.
But this is how we respond. You can't be in here. What you doing in my house? You need to have a warrant and so on and so forth. But you don't know, you can't go away for a minute, and you don't know how long a minute actually is, because you actually gone like 37 minutes.
It's a long time.
And it's the concept.
So the neighbor called. So the neighbor called the police.
Yeah, from the beginning, that was the next door neighbors. They came to their house and they sent them over there.
Because they heard the little boy going out the door.
Little boy was in the street crying, I want my mommy. And when the police walked up on him, he was saying, I want my mommy. Go get her.
Oh, I thought he was on the phone telling them that. Okay. No, that really made me more mad because he went out the house in the street.
Well, many women.
He's what, 35 years old? She need her ass whooped. Sorry, y'all.
You
21.
You fine.
I live on the south side. I don't even live on the east side. I'm out here visiting some friends.
So where were you at?
At her friend's house, real quick.
Where's the friend live?
Right across the street. I don't know.
Right out back.
Yeah.
This is a grandbaby.
Well, we're trying
to.
From the beginning, again, if this was a person, it would be this. It would be these people right here.
Deniability.
What does it say? Refers to the ability of an individual to deny knowing about something nefarious. You know your daughter was blowing it down somewhere with you.
Okay.
And then you like, well, where was she? Well, over there, around the corner, right there, out back.
Just right there.
Wait, was she with you? Well, yeah, but only for a minute, though. But where was y'all? Well, right over there. By over there. That's fucking plausible deniability. And again, you don't know none of this shit, but you can say, you ain't got no warrant. Get the fuck out my house. Fuck the police. No snitching. We are so astute in some areas. And this is why we wave our flag so unapologetically, because y'all cannot make a grown, conscious person believe that you don't know all of these things you say you don't know. Did y'all see who the fuck that I married? I can give y'all a list of all the things that girl, she said she don't know.
I swear.
And she deserved exactly the kind of husband she got, because ain't no man worth his salt sitting across from a woman that don't know about shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about buying no house. I don't know nothing about no fall.
Arena
I don't
football.
know nothing about no arena football. I don't know. Did
nothing.
they even have championships? I don't know nothing about no champions. I don't
know
nothing about
overseas banking.
I don't want you as no woman.
Okay.
Hey, bro, they don't even know that when you get an apartment, you gotta pay the deposit. They think you just pay the rent, you move in. Some people.
Oh, that's a shame. No, she was grown.
No, I'm just saying. I had to add on to that because that's part of it too, and that's sad too. You can't even know there's in a damn apartment, but you know how to put on long fingernails and a lime green wig.
Again, this is why we got to get ahead of this stuff. We gotta tell the people that when they try to yell at us and say we the ones that don't know, we the ones that's talking out of turn, we the ones that's crazy because we old.
Look at these people.
They lying. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to get ahead of it. If you ever see Mr. He Said talking and some hyenas cackling about how wrong I am, they the ones wrong, man.
Okay.
I get ahead of shit. And my wife don't want Usher either. He got hurt.
figure all this out. We got a 5-year-old kid left home alone.
Oh, he was only for a couple seconds.
Well,
we don't know. That's what we're just trying to figure out.
That's all it takes.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
What happens if you'd have walked out?
I understand.
Listen.
I understand.
I told him all this. I said, I'll be right back. He literally plays the game all day. He was in there playing the game. I said, I'll be right back. I'm about to go over there to your grandma real quick. That was it.
Now, did she mean that? Because, to be questioned further, right? He literally plays the video game all day. Okay.
Not as bad.
And they play with other line. Like,
you probably ain't got one book in the house.
Even if you do, you don't want to read it.
It's not required. And again, this is the thing. He's going to get blamed. Just like he got yelled at when the cops came. She said, you should have came right across the street and got me.
Right.
This is what happened. Men get blamed for the shit that is supposed to be a requirement. His mother is supposed to require him to read a book a day, require him to write his spelling words 3 times, require him to have a bedtime story to go to bed. Because that's good practice to require a man to give you a ring before impregnating you, requiring him to put on a condom before going inside of you.
Please.
It's practice, but there's no practice in requiring things or having standards. They don't like when I talk.
Yeah, because you can switch it.
Hey, bro. She requiring an ass whooping. I'm sorry.
She requires 2 ass whoopings.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Noah's daughter left that child. First of all, she's 21 and she got a 5-year-old. So mama already mishandled the child was having a child. She grown now, but she wasn't grown when she had that baby.
She was 16, 17.
So, I'm just saying.
What a daddy is. That part.
Now, this is where we at.
I understand.
Listen.
I understand.
I told him all this. I said, I'll be right back. He literally plays the game all day. He was in there playing the game. I said, I'll be right back. I'm about to go over there to your grandma real quick. That was it.
So do you think this is serious?
No.
It's serious.
It's very serious. It's very serious.
Do you think you should leave a 5-year-old alone?
No. But
And why'd you do
it was for a second. I didn't think it was.
Not only is it for a second, then you come back in and you're smelling like weed. So you leave your 5-year-old home alone so you can go smoke weed. And then you come back and then you yell at him.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. See, and this is the problem with a lot of mothers. They don't think that they're yelling. They don't think that they're being mean. You think it's okay that we disrespectfully address our children in a disrespectful manner. You think because we the mother, we can say, yo, go take your little punk ass upstairs, you little bitch ass nigga, go brush your teeth, bitch ass little nigga.
Damn.
Can't read with your bad ass. Like, I've heard this. I've heard women tell you little dirty little panties. You don't even know how to wash your ass. Like, bitch, you ain't teach them. Whose fault is it that a 6-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old girl don't know how to wash her fucking ass properly? It's your fault.
That's sad. That's so sad.
Did you just hear her? What you think about that?
Hey, lady, what you got, sis?
I feel like SpongeBob when he dried out. Have you seen SpongeBob when he dried out and need water?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would just want to slap this little because think about it. How long? A second. Okay, first of all, a second is they picking up the phone. Then they gotta call the police. The police has to arrive out there. But before that happened, the kid was in the street. That was beyond a second, baby girl. You're not adding up everything. They telling you, they told you this. Like, what's going on? And you tell me, I was just going to do it so you won't get in trouble. She's scared she might go to jail. And they're going to take her kid. But
With
she's
this,
not even
no
thinking.
plausible liability out of this, right?
Everything you saying is spot on,
anything.
sis. Everything you saying is spot on, Lady Navoa.
I'm just looking about. I look outside the box, on top of that box, behind that box, in front of that box, under that box, around that box. I don't just look inside the box. Like, I'm a good investigator too. Sorry.
But guess what? It just defines plausible deniability. Because what did you say? She thinking she might go to jail. They might take her kids. No, there is no might. This is happening.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's the only thing she's focusing on. So she's not thinking right. So she's saying stupid stuff, digging herself deeper into trouble, more in the hole, in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because they over here just listening to you, like, you know how you be saying stuff, and they be like, "Well, I ain't got my check," and then they be looking up in the air, like, So when you gonna pay it? That's how they looking at her. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, lady. It wasn't no damn second.
That's why you have the right to remain silent. But they asked her, this is serious, and she said, yeah, this is serious.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is serious. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that's nervous.
What is that?
That's this nervousness, right? No.
This is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness is important. It's necessary. And when a serious matter like this happens and we laugh, ha ha ha.
And they don't think it's serious. That's the thing.
So you can go smoke weed. And then you come back and then you yell at him.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, you did. Said, what'd you do or whatever. Anyways, I could run the tape back. It doesn't matter. The point is he's crying with the door open. He was wandering around out here. Wandering around out here, wondering where you're at.
Why would you scare Mom?
So, is he your only child?
Did though.
What happened?
I mean, come on. Leaving a 5-year-old home alone. Right?
And what happened?
You got the scale on the table. 5-year-old sitting next to your papers.
What'd you say?
Your shoe back up smelling like weed. There's roaches. I mean, come on. And now you're telling me you don't know your social. Do you have a warrant?
No, sir.
Tell me now. We're going to run you and pull a
Wait,
picture.
say that again?
You shouldn't?
No, sir.
So you hear her voice. She thinking about jail. And they take her baby on. Not the.
She's thinking about herself.
She ain't thinking about that.
She's thinking about herself.
Yeah, that's thinking about yourself. You going to jail, and then when you go to jail, they're gonna take your baby. That's the only thing she's thinking about. Like, I'm gonna go to jail, and they take care of my baby. She's not thinking about like,
She need to go to jail. They need to take her baby. She's a disrespectful bitch, and she come from a disrespectful mother. Do you hear the mother carrying on a conversation with the grandbaby in the back? Like she's really concerned about what happened in a child's presence that she wasn't in.
No, trying to make
this is what they do. This is what they do. They are so concerned about their children until you look in the cabinet and all you see is noodles. I love my babies, but I send them to public school so they could be fucking dehumanized and fed horrible food and bullied.
Poor education we got.
I love my kids. Y'all don't fucking love them kids. Y'all can lie all y'all want to the stupid niggas who listen to y'all, because y'all the ones that say y'all carried them for 9 months when we carried them for 20-something years. And they listen to y'all. They sit in these boxes with these fucking hyenas and spew the same rhetoric that y'all tell them to, that they hear y'all saying. Why y'all talking about women? Because I'm a fucking man. And then y'all read from a book that say men have dominion over everything. Okay. And then gonna ask me why I'm talking about women. And then when the fucking hyena get their page, go over and look at what they talking about. The most dangerous, the most devious bandits. That's the name of the stream the bitch is doing. I didn't see one man go in her fucking chat and say, why you over here talking about men? Why don't you address the women? And again, these same disrespectful motherfuckers that say, it ain't nobody in this space talking to women when red lipstick vibes exist, when fucking take heat exists, when Mrs.SheSaid exists. Y'all are just disrespectful. Because it's not coming from y'all camp, but we too far a fucking ahead of y'all. Okay. We can't slow down for y'all to catch up to y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh, let me be nice.
We can't slow down to catch up to y'all. Shame is needed and necessary. You can catch it here every Sunday.
And it's been in existence. And it's worked.
So y'all keep saying that you need to bring it back, somebody to say it, but it's been said. and is gonna continue being said because of bitches like these that we are reflecting on today.
And her mama right there.
Don't expect Shane Sunday's gonna be canceled.
And the mama's trying to make the son not be.
I asked you if you want to go with me. You said no, you want to stand for me.
So why did you put shoes on?
Yeah, man, like what you got going on? You was playing a game. I asked you if you want to come. You said
Now yelling, mad at him. Now mad at him. Mad at the baby.
Who's video?
She's talking to the 5-year-old saying, well, I left
video.
Who's videoing? The police.
Yeah, that's on their video.
Body cam.
Yeah. Child.
Like, what you got going on? You was playing a game. I asked you if you want to come. You said no. I said I'll be right back.
I said yes.
It's on my nerves. It drives me crazy.
YouTube.
I don't let them watch it at my house because some of the stuff that
it's crazy. It's annoying. It's
yeah,
annoying.
like one day I woke up. One day I woke up and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I heard, and they didn't fell asleep.
What are we in the snitching hour now?
Lying.
What are we doing now?
We're talking about them not being conscious parents. And the kids get to watch and do anything on these social media devices and all the crazy stuff that's on it. But he gets to do it literally all day with no parent supervising. So, yeah. CPS absolutely needs to be involved.
This is what we talk about as men. Again, I don't want a woman that's gonna sit my child on the couch and say, I asked you if it was okay if I go. And you was playing the game and you said, okay. So you get fucking permission from a 5-year-old, but you don't want me to stay in the house because you don't want to listen to what I got to
permission, but you won't ask your man.
Yeah, exactly. This is why they kicked me out. This is why they kicked me out the fucking house.
Do whatever the fuck she wants. Yeah. Make that shit make sense. Lord. Damn shame.
I asked you if it was okay if I went across the street.
This is
and
not.
You said okay. You
not
was playing the game.
A good mom. This is not good mothering.
I'm not
you
your
have
fucking
3
man,
generations. You got her and her mom sitting right there. So where is she? Okay. Well, mom can't correct her either, right? Even her own mother. That's
because her mama ain't shit. She ain't kept a job. She live off food stamps. She got people paying for her fucking house. How you ain't gonna tell me shit? I've been told you when I had a baby. That's the reason I had a baby, because I'm gonna get this baby a better life than I have. I'm gonna be a better mother than my mother, and I'm gonna do all of the fucking stop lying. And until y'all stop pandering and lying to yourself, y'all fucking stinks.
I don't even think that was her mother, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's her mama.
I think it was. I thought it was somebody that she was kicking it with to come over there to play like it was the mama that helped her out.
Her mama. Her mama. She's
talking about she don't live out here.
That's what this whole show is about. Some people who had children come out of them, they not mothers.
They're really not. They're really not. They're not holding that duty and responsibility to that role at all. A lot of them think all they need to do is give birth to a child and that's it. And they need to be praised and put on a fucking pedestal. Some bitches is getting push gifts. Push gifts because you pushed out a baby?
And me and my panel got to talk about men and males yesterday. Because if you ain't got enough money, you just a male. You ain't a man and you ain't providing and doing like a man do. You know how y'all doing machines are supposed to do. You just a male.
That was fire too. That was a fire panel. Shout out to Mr. He said his panel. Man, Cerebral Saturday live. Yeah, shout out to everybody. But we talking about you right now. Cerebral Saturday was a fire. And BB got up there when he said the swallow part. I was done. And then you gonna bring the TD Jakes video up there. I was done. You know, we did a panel with the women, the married women, and the title with Bravo Miss Sheila. She did it.
Okay, shout out to
Sheila. It's something. Her ladies panel. Something. About a man. Something happens when a man speaks, and that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And we need stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? We got the barbershop out there, but where's all the lady panel, good panels at?
They coming.
We don't want to hold each other.
Oh yeah, we know. No, this is like a little hint without saying that. I know it's coming, and it's gonna be a fire panel. I'm just letting you know without telling you it's coming.
Yes, indeed.
Stop smelling, Miss She Said. Stop smelling. You don't give us away. No, I'm just playing.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like one day I woke up. One day I woke up and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I heard, and they didn't fell asleep, but it's still on YouTube. Or they was watching some Chinese lady eating some chips or eating pickles and stuff. And all you hear is the crunching noise, and it drove me crazy. And I'm like, oh yeah, y'all. And then some of the stuff that they.
Again, you guys don't understand how deep this video is. So is she complaining to the police? She think that she's gonna play this card and he's gonna feel something for her. Right. But this goes even deeper than that. This is what you talk about, Mrs. She Said. They complain about everything. Everything is disagreeable and negative. And I had to do this, I had to do that. It was 3 a.m. and I hit him playing this game, and it's just, oh my God, you want to have sex with me? Oh my God, I gotta cook, I gotta clean the clothes. I gotta go to work. Oh my fucking God. Everything's a fucking struggle for you. And when your kids see that, they grow up and everything's a fucking struggle for them. I gotta go to school. I gotta be responsible. I gotta listen to you. Everything's a struggle.
Manipulate you.
But let me do it. Let daddy do it. Oh, this nigga's emotional. This nigga's a baby. This nigga complains about everything. And again, not only the women, the men. Yo, you can't tell your girl about everything. You can't be letting her see everything. You can't be bringing down in front of her. You can't be doing. We just have so many fucking roles to play while y'all can fucking play plausible deniability card all the fucking time. Oh, your cadence is so high. Your tone, your vernacular,
you sound angry.
What you said.
That's the main one.
Are you fucking serious? But I know where y'all learning from. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Let me move this real quick. Forget this shit real quick, yo.
Hey, brother, you better drink some water. Cool it down right now, because you tell the truth. And this is a deep video. That's why I asked, because it triggered other people in the comments too. I mean, in the chat too. We want to know what happened.
You don't think I'm nice to kids?
Look at this video.
You actually need to learn.
You don't think?
You need to learn how to be nice to kids.
You don't think I'm nice to kids?
You actually need to learn.
You don't think I'm nice to kids?
You are nice when in the beginning, but you start being very rude inside of the day when it starts. You actually need to learn how to be very nice to little kids.
Okay.
Even to kids that are in your family.
I am super nice to you girls all the time. I am beyond nice with you guys.
No. You scream. You make your voice high level. That's not cute.
Boom.
Cute.
She said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Wait.
This is what everyone does to us,
High
y'all.
leveled.
From little kids to big fucking kids, y'all voice, y'all tone, the way you said it, it made me feel like this, that, and the other. You need to be nicer. He said, what you say? I'm super nice to you.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. But then when the day starts, shit making no sense all over the place, just like grown fucking kids.
Or to say something we
tell the truth at that age.
And I'm gonna go deep and then land my plane. This is what they do to control us. And he's like, you know what? You're right. I'll be nicer. And this is what they do to us as grown ass women. Where you get those stats from? Pull those up. Show me where you got them from. Oh, well, I got them from stats.net. No, don't entertain these fucking hyenas.
When they don't know shit, right?
They don't know shit. And telling you wrong.
Want you to give them the resources Where you got it from?
So again,
did you cite your work?
This shit is all fucking deflection. And if y'all ignorances can't see through it, that's on you. But I'm gonna continue to point it out and wave my flag because I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Anything, ladies, y'all, you just not gonna tell me anything. And it's amazing. Like hubby said, I could just meet a stranger in the store and they will go into their victimization. You don't even fucking know me. We just really just, socializing on the line. And you a victim. You a victim. It's irritating. It's not becoming of us as women. It really needs to stop. Like, because most of you bitches, we don't believe no more. It's like now I need proof fully. We need proof. Because you can't just go and say anything. We just had a real close have somebody say something about him. And shit just a lie. And it's amazing. So in real life and on these videos with these police, y'all get in trouble.
Lock her up. That's it. She went to jail. No, I'm just kidding.
I went to put my shoes on. Walk to the door. Oh, come on. What the hell are you saying about, man? What are you saying about, bro? I can't stand I like his normal song. He was telling a story. Then tell it, then write a book. I don't want to hear that shit on the damn song. It don't even sound right. You know what I mean?
I was cracking up listening to that though.
My alarm clock went off. I hit snooze. Like, come on, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. That's crazy.
But that's how this new song is.
Oh, man, so I ain't even listen to it.
It's 20 minutes long, though.
Yeah, no way.
But it basically just told how they played them. Now,
like him and what's his name? Mr. Big, man. Them can't sound like an hour-long song about that.
Yeah. But I didn't know R. Kelly's a musical genius, though. Yeah. It really is. Yeah. And they really played him.
Okay, where's the conversation going? Yeah,
y'all got to be joking, right?
He needs to go.
I was going to say, you should see my face. I look like a black emoji right now.
She went from talking about the kids waking up at 3:00 in the morning to leaving YouTube on to hearing somebody chomping on pickles and shit. How kids listen to the
R. Kelly.
ASMR
Was that really
sound.
a pickle? Yeah, it sounded like R. Kelly is the conversation now. How the fuck did we get to talking about R. fucking Kelly?
Shit, crazy.
I thought this was a serious.
She flirting with the popo.
I thought it was a serious situation. Didn't he ask her that earlier, or did I miss him?
Yeah.
You didn't miss nothing.
It's serious for their asses. They joking around with police, but it ain't. It's serious.
And because they know the man is dyslexic, can't read. You know what I'm saying? They had him signing all kind of paperwork. He don't even know what he's signing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How we go from not knowing nothing to knowing so fucking much, y'all?
What about R. Kelly? Why is this conversation even happening, though, ma'am? What the fuck is the point of this conversation right now in this moment with this police officer? She's really trying to explain something, like she's teaching him something, or she's informing him,
giving him some information.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. The dumbasses, y'all. It was just a second. You don't even know the fucking difference between a second and 10 minutes.
You're going to inform him about current events.
Where we are. Shit is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was wrong. Like, he admitted he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't have to do it like that. Come on, did y'all do Elvis like that when he married that 14-year-old girl? No. What about Tony? They made a whole song about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so we see why her daughter had babies.
She ain't going to jail.
Why are they having this conversation?
She not in trouble.
I got time tonight. I'm going back. I got to see what this one. I got to.
I don't let them watch it at my house because some of the stuff that
it's crazy. It's annoying.
Yeah, like one day I woke up. One day I woke up and it was like 3:00 in the morning, and I heard and
you gotta see the ending too.
I asked you if you want to go with me. You said no, you want to stand for the game.
So why did you put shoes on?
Yeah, man, like what you got going on? You was playing a game. I asked you if you want to come. You said no. I said I'll be right back.
Yeah, they cut out some stuff.
It's on my nerves. It drives me crazy. I don't let them watch it at my house because some of the stuff that
it's crazy. It's annoying.
Yeah, like one day I woke up. One day I woke up and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I heard, and they didn't fell asleep, but it's still on YouTube. Bro, they was watching some lady, some Chinese lady eating some chips or eating pickles and stuff. And all you hear is the crunching noise, and it drove me.
Okay, I'm up to speed now. So they left the tablet on, or whatever the device is, they left it on. They were sleeping, but the device was still on. And when she opened it, it was a lady eating chips or something. She doesn't know because she's not sure. Right. But it was something. So you say maybe some ASMR, something to that effect. Yes. Okay, I'm with you. But how did we get to R. Kelly?
What this got to do with the baby at home?
Right.
What did who do with the baby at home?
She said, "What does this whole conversation have to do with this baby at home?" This
that's
is just the conversation that people had while the police
that's
is
a great
there
observation.
doing paperwork and figured out what they're gonna do because they got to run her name. She ain't got
That's
her
a great
ID. She don't
observation.
know her fucking social security number. Like,
right. But again,
But
and this is what,
the mama don't know nothing.
No. If the child don't know her social security number, mama don't know her damn social
right. If she don't know her social security number, can you imagine all of the rest of the stuff she don't know?
Come on, man. Your children should learn their social security numbers, people.
But police officers are also, trained to get you comfortable to talk and divulge information.
Yes.
That's why they say you have the right to remain silent, because you don't have to say anything. Once the police get there, they do their job. You be a respectful citizen and you let everything happen the way it's going to happen.
They trick you.
No, we're just stupid.
Yeah, like what's
we don't
tricky?
know shit.
Hold on, sis. So let's talk about that, sis. You said it. What's tricky about you have the right to remain silent? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. What's tricky about that?
No, I said they can trick you like to get you talking, not like that.
How when you have the right? How can they trick you when you have a right?
When you talking, they get like okay. For example, let me slow down before I start stuttering and getting frustrated. You know when you going in seeing on the TV name what's that interrogation room,
okay, the
and
interrogation.
then they trying to get stuff out of you. And trying to tell you, they talk to somebody so they know that this happened, so you can tell me to see if the person gonna talk. Yeah, tricking. Yeah, when they talking, but when they talking, they get to trick you, and you can keep going, and your dumb self just digging yourself in the hole, and you know what it is. You think you're winning at that time. You think you're winning. Oh, we're buddies. And then go, okay, now turn around, put your hands behind your back.
There you go.
That's the smartest thing is
part I know.
Smartest thing is to shut the fuck up.
That's the part I know.
Now you understand. Thank you.
Most people don't know how to do that.
Thank you. Well put. Well put, sis. Absolutely.
They say don't say nothing.
It'll be crazy. I'm like, oh man,
Whenever I have encounters with the police, you know what I say? I say 3 words. Over and over and over and over and over again. You know what those 3 words is? Do your job. Do your job. What's your name?
Where's my lawyer? Where's my lawyer?
That's when I get to the precinct. When I get to the actual you don't need to ask for your lawyer in the street when they running down on you and digging in your pockets. You can't tell them you want your lawyer, Lady Nouveau.
Hold it
still
down.
in the street. And that would be a stupid thing to say.
I didn't know what was that. I thought we just talked to the police, brother. Come on, work with me.
Right. Yeah, no, I am working with you. Again, this is what I'm talking about.
The precinct.
Years old. We have to know exactly what we're talking about, especially in regards to the police. And again, I'm a black man. You can know less than me and be fine, sis. But I have to know when to ask for my lawyer, when not to ask for my lawyer. I'll be out here looking like a straight snitch if I ask for the lawyer on the corner when they run down on me. So again, all I say to them, sis, is do your job. What's my name? Do your job. Where was I going? Do your job. I'm not giving you any volunteered information. I'm not making your job any easier because you're going to do it anyway. Those cuffs are going on me anyway, and there's nothing that can get them off, like this girl right here. But instead of trying to be the police officer's buddy, like he's going to be with you in the court proceedings, he's going to be with you in central booking, he's going to be with you in your set. That nigga don't like you. He don't know you. He don't care about you. This is the plausible deniability. It's fuck the police until you think it could get you out of some trouble. Now I'm going to yuck it up with him and talk about fucking R. Kelly with the police when R. Kelly is a fucking molester. So you like getting fucked by grown-ass men, huh? That's why y'all got these kids running around here and no money. This is all y'all care about is fucking. And we said that, but we mean. I don't care if you call me mean. I know hoes love fucking.
Yeah. You got me rolling over here.
That ain't never gonna change. We are not talking to the hoes that love fucking. We talking to the young ladies that want to be somebody's wife one day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see them finish talking about R. Kelly. Let's see if we move on to what's the other one? One from Master P. He was a molester too. Mystical.
Yeah.
Shout out
Mystical
to
what?
Some of the stuff that they be watching just ain't.
Yeah, he was like a repeat rapist. Mystical.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got locked up for it. He got out, and then he did it again.
Wow, I thought he was nasty.
Yeah, nah, that nigga nasty.
Hey, Alexander. Shout out to Alexander. How you doing?
Shout out to Alexander. What up, Alexander X in the building? Was popping. Sis is in the building. She like facts, hundreds. I see all type of stuff in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to this.
No, turn that off. You can't watch YouTube. You gotta put on Disney or something. Buy something on Netflix.
Yeah, it's horrible. That YouTube is horrible.
Yeah.
And again, Lady Navoa, do you hear the other alternatives? YouTube is horrible. We just heard the police officer say that. So they must have been alluding to that. So they said, you know what? Turn on Netflix or turn on something else. It's another fucking site, not a book, not a fruit. But they expect him to grow up and be better than Tupac.
Damn.
How?
I wonder if he knows ABC.
Put on Disney or something.
Put on Disney or something, she said. Turn off YouTube, put on Disney or Netflix. Like, that's better.
Like, he's 5, so he can pick what he wants to watch?
Yes. It's the man
Not SpongeBob. Please, not SpongeBob at his age.
That shit kills brain cells. It's scientifically proven that watching SpongeBob SquarePants actually decreases brain cells.
Off. You can't watch YouTube. You gotta put on Disney or something. Buy something on Netflix.
Yeah, it's horrible. That YouTube is horrible.
Yeah,
especially
like
the stuff that kids watch.
Right.
Change that.
Yeah.
Did you know that R. Kelly came out with a new song? That's like 20 minutes long.
From jail?
Yeah. It's basically telling the truth about everything that happened. Like he.
Goddamn mama. Goddamn mama. Mama's a fucking.
That's how the R. Kelly started. The mama.
Did you?
Not the mama.
You know, R. Kelly got a 20-minute song out. Did you hear it? It's on the YouTube.
God
what?
damn.
From jail? She said, yeah, from jail.
Lady Navoa said.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time, and I'm going to throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
The neglect part for parents is they don't realize they're creating an addiction to those devices for their children. It's an addiction. Doesn't have to be a drug. Doesn't have to be sugar. Doesn't have to be soda or cigarettes. The fucking bless you. Because you know, we've seen it in the last few years. Kids are deleting because they can't get, you know, and everything else. They're addicted, like for real. We see it with our last one. She's 9. Like it's always redirection that has to go on. Even if I introduce it back just for a little bit and it's monitored, it's like she absorbs right back into the same behaviors. Like, so you have to take it away. Sorry, they can go without it. Our children went without it 16 fucking years. They don't need it. Not a big deal. Yeah, they ain't missing nothing. They actually probably going to be smarter.
Today, Madison was in the living room and mommy said, you could turn on the projector for a little bit. And she turned on the projector. She said, go ahead and pop on a movie. She popped on a movie and mommy said, what movie is it? She said, Frozen. She said, turn that shit back off.
Okay.
She really let it go, huh?
Yeah, you can't keep
let it go.
the same shit. You don't need to watch it.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
She said, let it go.
They don't realize how much control we got. And that's the shit that I want parents to grow some balls. Mama, grow some balls. Okay? Make sure these kids got some structure and some rules and some damn consequences. And you don't, like you said, you don't have to whoop on them, but they need structure. They need discipline. They need to know what's expected. They need that. And we're not giving that to them. Women are not doing that. And then they get mad because the father want to give it to them. Like, are you kidding me? Let's get back to
told
this.
her very. I like the way you told her at the end. And we control what you watch.
Yeah. Okay.
That part.
Boy, telling the truth about everything that happened. Like he ain't say he ain't do the stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
some of the songs he sings though, I can't stand. Like he,
I love
like
that.
Now that you listen to it afterwards,
like some of his songs are cool, but then he'll be like, he says a dumb thing. I went and put my shoes on, walk to the door. Man, come on. What the hell are you singing about, man? What are you singing about, bro? I can't stand I like his normal
He was
song.
telling a story.
Man, then tell the damn write a book. I want to hear that shit on the damn song. It don't even sound right. You know what I mean?
I was cracking up listening to that though.
I put my shoes on.
My alarm clock went off. I hit snooze. Like, come on, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. That's crazy.
But that's how this new song is.
Oh, like man, so I ain't even gonna listen to it.
It's 20 minutes long, though.
Yeah, no way.
But it basically just told like how they played them. Now,
like him and what's his name, Mr. Big, man. Them cats had like an hour-long song about that.
Yeah. But I do know R. Kelly's a musical genius, though. It really is. Yeah. And they really played him because they know the man is dyslexic, can't read. You know what I'm saying? They had him sign all kind of paperwork. He don't even know what he's signing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong. Like, he admitted he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't have to do him like that. Come on, did y'all do Elvis like that when he married that 14-year-old girl? What about Tony? They made a whole song about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Y'all wasn't after
Michael Jackson, anybody else that guy keeps
Right. Y'all didn't do them as bad as you did R. Kelly. Hello. That's on my nerves. It drives me crazy. I don't let them.
Hello. Are you Keith Sr.? Excellent. Here's the deal, all right? You're going to get a ticket. 205 okay? I am not going to what we call as in Rule 6, where we remove the child from the home, okay?
What?
That was that conversation about R. Kelly we had. It smoothed over everything.
R. Kelly does good for the community after all.
She said they didn't have to do him like that, ma'am. He not Elvis. Elvis married that damn child. He ain't married nobody. He married a lady. But he didn't go to jail for that. She condoning the fucking predator and the mothers who handed their children over to the fucking predator because of who he was.
Since Keith Sr., the father, is here, he can take
445
East
Indianola,
right?
445 East Indianola, for
You're going to get a ticket.
Julian is here breaking out windows.
Right?
This is so disrespectful. This is disrespectful. Did I just hear that police officer say the father can take the child for the night? You're not going to get your baby taken away, even though you left the house, neglected the baby, went to use drugs, evidence of drug use around the house. the baby still don't get removed from you. He could go with the father for tonight, but if the father went over and said, I want my baby tonight, he would have to get permission.
Right. He probably had to put up
it would have to be okayed.
Mhm.
She
It's
would
probably
say
ain't that
no. I want the baby to hang around this fucking weed infested house.
You probably smoke
But he
weed
can
too.
happen when the mother breaks the law and gets caught red-handed doing it. Now he can have the baby for a night. Bring that motherfucker back tomorrow.
Okay.
He smoked too.
I mean, this is the pandering and the coddling because it will happen again, right? And then child runs out in the street and gets hit by a car, like
absolutely,
and it continues.
It's unbelievable.
I have some videos of
lack of
mothers
consideration
whose children were taken away by CPS, but these women wind up coming back or staying in a place where the child was, and one actually decapitated her child. She decapitated her child, 3-month-old child. Child was taken from her. Auntie let the bitch come over. You have ward of the child. She is not to be around the child, but you let her come over. She come over. Took that baby's life. And we can't keep blaming psychosis and, you know, from after birth and all of that. Yeah, we keep blaming that, but I think a lot of these young girls, young women, we are not preparing them. They are not prepared. And it's mother's fault. They dropped the ball. We are the givers of information and knowledge and wisdom, especially to other girls. Blaze chimed in. He said, I mean, growing up, I was only allowed to watch TV on the weekend and only for a certain amount of time each day. Didn't get a TV in my room until I was like 13, but I still wasn't allowed to have cable. Yeah, the rules were very strict here. They didn't have TVs in their rooms. Yep, this last one, we're a little older, so we allowed some freedoms which we shouldn't have. So, shame on us, but we always up for correction.
And the TV's not in there anymore.
No, we took it out. Just saying, early on, this is what we do.
What you say, Lady Navarre?
I want to comment to that. My mom was a little different, only because I was active. We didn't have a TV in the living room. I get, back in the days, they used to have the good furniture, and she wasn't going to do the plastic. She wasn't going to do the plastic. You know how in grandma's living room, if you're going to be in the living room, you're going to sit on the plastic until you split up. Yeah, you couldn't sit on her couch like that unless she had company coming over. And we had in our room, but I didn't watch TV like that. And I watched a lot of cartoons like Tom and Jerry. I watched like old school cartoons, like G.I. Joe, Transformers, like stuff like that. Looney Tunes, good cartoons. I didn't grow up off of SpongeBob. That's for adults and the Cartoon Network. I didn't have no car. We woke up on one Saturday morning. That we used to call it the cartoon on Saturday. We was a kid, we played outside. And every once in a while we'd come in and play Atari or Nintendo. And then, what's crazy? My mama playing it with us. You know what I'm saying? She plays with us. My dad's a minister. He didn't do that. He was more out, with the minister stuff. So my mom, she do stuff with us. You know what I'm saying?
Doing the minister stuff.
Yeah, growing up when we had the Nintendo, you played the Mario game with your family. We was kids. That's what I'm trying to say. We were kids. I had a BMX. I was a little tomboy. I had a BMX. I even had my BMX, and I didn't know how to. I don't remember how it went. I don't believe I had brakes, or I didn't know how to stop because I was going too fast down the hill, and I flipped over a car. On my BMX coming down the hill. Like, we was kids. We wasn't on the internet. We wasn't doing all these abbreviations and shit. Like, what is it? What he say? Clothes off on camera, get naked on camera and stuff. We didn't do all that. You was a kid, wasn't you? Y'all was kids, right?
I mean, but we got
Allegedly.
into inappropriate things, and we didn't have the internet. Now it's just easy access. But us parents need to be the most conscious and aware of what's going on, and we need to divvy out what's acceptable and what's not. And they're not regulating their homes. And when somebody else says, yo, your kid is out of order, you know, I don't know what to do with him. Well, bitch, find something to do with him. That cannot just drop the ball is not the answer anymore. It's way too many resources, too many books, too much knowledge, too much is coaching. It is a lot of things out there to assist us. But the men say, we don't want to be corrected. We don't want to learn and grow and develop. Once we grown, we think we grown because our mama said it, right? 16, 17 years old, I'm fucking grown now. And that mentality stays, but still young, naive, easy to manipulate, and gullible as hell.
Right.
So we need to change that. So all this information is pertinent. It's very important that they see this silly shit and these silly broads and mamas with her mother behaving in a foolish manner, jeopardizing this child. That was traumatizing for the child. We do a whole bunch of shit and think it's okay for our children to be traumatized on our fucking watch. Like we're going to fix the shit later.
Word.
And we're not.
That's a good fucking point.
Did you call? Did you call?
Do you know the phone number there?
It's close to
Hello? What's wrong?
So we just forget about all of that. We can do all of that.
But you have you gotta stand on us. So we're gonna find out father's here. He can take
445
the
East
kid,
Indianola,
right?
445 East Indianola.
From all of that.
I have a question.
That's crazy.
But that's how this new song is.
Oh,
like
man,
20,
so I ain't gonna listen to it then.
20 minutes long, though.
Yeah, no.
So the
I
baby's
have a
just.
question. When did the dad come in? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So is the baby just gonna forget this night? That baby seemed traumatized in the beginning. I want my mommy. Somebody help me.
Yes.
To again, fast forward to part 4, we laughing and joking in part 3, talking about R. Kelly in part 4. Now we not gonna get charged for this, but does this go away in the baby's mind? Does this stay in the back? Does this have an effect later? What do you ladies think about that?
I'll let the missus go first.
Oh man.
It's your channel.
This probably ain't the first time. Just the first time they got caught. So the child knows the drill, obviously. They're just gonna probably either be more cautious or she's gonna prep him a little better, but she's not gonna stop. She's 21, she's naive, she's young, and mama is a fucking co-defendant, champion the nigga shit. So, you know, there's no lessons learned here because she came right in and said, she was only gone for a second. No, bitch. That's not how you should have been coming in here. Like, we're going to redirect. We're going to try to not do this again. Like, just to pander it and say it was only for a second when it was more like a half an hour. Just, yeah, I don't think the behavior is going to change. Mom's popping off cigarettes in the house. Like, you know.
Okay.
What you think, baby?
What you think, lady?
I don't have a comment. I have questions.
Okay.
I'll be asking questions like, this is on camera from your vest, and it's going worldwide. A judge might say it, governments might say it. They ain't gonna come up to you as an officer and ask you, why did you make that call? And you said it in the video. How serious? Did you ask them do they think how serious this is? I got questions. Like, when did the dad come in? When they was talking about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Or that's who she was really talking to on the phone. So
she
can come over and say that.
tell him to come over because she might have thought she was going to jail. So let's go ahead and get some reinforcements, or just wanted to make him privy because you see that's her defense mechanism. When they first came in, she went right to her phone and called her mother. They asked for ID.
She called her mom.
She called her mother, went looking out the window, and again, just very deflective. And with the father coming in the end of part 3, probably beginning of part 4. Yeah, when they were talking about R. Kelly
Yeah, they
and
clip stuff out.
getting things sorted out, and he comes in.
So
But
when the police was asking her questions, why he didn't ask her if you was across the street and your baby was screaming, why you didn't hear your baby? Was it a loud environment where you was there? Y'all had loud music? Was it like a party? You was across the street.
She
You
couldn't
didn't
hear
hear
him.
nothing?
she wasn't across the street. That was a lie.
Absolutely.
And he's not
right there.
He's just the father of the child.
Right.
He doesn't get to represent, speak for, authority. He doesn't get to do any of that
Look
stuff.
like he got
That's just title alone. It's like the manager of McDonald's. You don't do shit around here, really. You don't own nothing. You can't really make no decisions. You give somebody an apple pie for free every once in a while. But that's what a father is in 2024. This is why we sit in these boxes. And that's all we saying is that when we see things from our vantage point, kind of consider it. Don't dismiss it and tell me it's a talking point or I hate my mother or yada, yada,
environment. Doesn't exist everywhere.
This
Just in
is
your
why we
environment.
sit here, because we don't have no right to say shit. So, to say why they didn't step to him in his business, why should they?
Yeah. You guys the same way. If stuff gets serious, you ain't got comments. You got questions.
But I agree. Just all the lying, her lies. You was not right there because the way that baby was screaming, yeah, you was not.
It was very traumatic. I mean,
That's why he didn't answer that question. That's why he didn't answer that question, because it would have been on his cam. And he would have to really do something like, ma'am, if you was across the street, why you couldn't hear your son screaming? He was loud. And other neighbors heard him. You was a neighbor. Why you didn't hear him?
Yeah.
Why you didn't answer that?
But even
What's gonna happen now?
She got off this time, but like you said, it's other people who would find that this is not okay and do know her and know her name and will call and may have called CPS on her after this. You understand what I'm saying? And a judge will find it.
She probably wrote her ass out. That's stupid.
I mean, but this is the call. This is why cops get to make a call. It's a judgment call. He gave the necessary precautions. He said, yo, take the baby to another environment.
Yes.
Bring her back tomorrow. Let's give everybody some time to cool off. Again, these are definitely mature solutions. But in a realistic world, I know this girl ain't going to be better in 24 hours. It's not what she needs. She needs more than that.
Absolutely.
But, technically, let's give her 24 hours. Let everybody come to maturity. And let's start this over tomorrow. I just think it's very unfair to society that certain people get so many chances. Me as a man, I don't get one chance. If they show up and Nikki looks a type of way, I'm going. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't get to call any reinforcements.
I could just be screaming, popping off.
It's really wicked.
Your child be screaming, going through it. Like, no, daddy, don't go. And
really wicked.
This shit, I ain't gonna lie. This video is very triggering. Thank you, Mrs.SheSaid.
Directly.
Thank you, sis.
Okay, so KPS, can you fax those over?
What is that?
Put it on that state or something local.
Well, I was gonna write. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Court. You gotta go to court. So I was just gonna write you a ticket, let you stay here, and remove the child from home to the trial. But you have KPS. You gotta stand on a. She have shoes. Can you grab her some shoes? Yeah. Oh well, you got your things on, so. I don't know if it's good enough.
So did she have a warrant, or did somebody say they can't just give her a warning because now she has to go to jail? So he said, I was going to give you a warning, and I didn't hear the rest.
No, I think she had something just she didn't know about.
I wanted to hear it too. What do you say?
Yeah. Oh, well, you got your things on. So
she got a warrant.
And remove the child from home to the trial.
Oh, she got a warrant.
But you have KPS.
In the house.
I was gonna write. I don't even know. Yeah, court. You gotta go to court. So I was just gonna write you a ticket, let you stay here, and remove the child from home to the trial. But you have to keep you gotta stand on shoes. Can you grab her some shoes?
She has a case.
Okay.
She knew that too.
He said you got a case. God damn.
For our coffee and cappuccino shows, you know, these women think that these cases go away. That's the thing. You had an assault charge from fucking 19. She's 21. So even if she was 18, 17, it don't matter. Yeah, them things don't go away. Don't go away. She got a warrant.
Realistic vibes, we won. You said she going to jail. And I was like, in my head. I said in my head. Yep.
All that.
What's it? Alexander made you a comment, brother.
Okay.
About the
Blake checked in too. He said football, baseball, kickball, dodgeball, bike riding, roller skating, skateboarding, fights, freeze tag, hide and go, get it. God damn, hide and go, get it.
I didn't do skateboard. I didn't do pogo. I didn't do roller skate. I did roller skate, and I thought that was rollerblading.
Okay.
Freeze tag. I didn't go. Yep, I did all the rest of them.
He was on this type of time.
Did all that. Yeah.
I was on Skelly too, in the street.
Man, we climbed
type of time, man.
We climbed trees and built forts with hammers and nails and shit. We went junkyards and stuff, and you know, built things. Yeah, we were definitely handy. Played in the we fished at ponds.
Nice.
Digged up worms.
I never did that.
We were outside, my brother. Yeah, we was definitely outside.
Alexander checked in. He said, I never knew SpongeBob had that effect on kids. Seemed like in early 2000s, as diversified as it was with us growing up, SpongeBob got these kids out of whack. I see why I didn't watch. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, it wasn't allowed.
Yeah, it decreases thinking ability. It's very childish, very moronic show.
Yeah, dialogues in the building.
Shout out to my guy AR in the building. Was popping, my guy.
Okay. It's crazy out here, man.
That's for adults. Cartoon Network.
This is not.
You have shoes. Can you grab her some shoes? Yeah. Oh well, you got your things on, so are those good enough?
I'm gonna change. No. I'm gonna change.
So you understand what's going on, right?
Yes, but
I can't help your warrants.
Yo, this shit is wild.
You understand?
He tried to help her. Like he don't deserve no attitude because he was absolutely gonna help you all the way through. You smelling like weed. You got weed in the house. You neglected the baby. He was gonna overlook all of that and give you a ticket and say, "Yo, just go to court." Come to find out, you acted a fool previous to this, not thinking you were ever gonna act a fool again or get held accountable for it. But here it comes back to bite you, and now you got attitude like you don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. This is what we talk about with y'all. Y'all don't understand shit about reality.
They weren't taught.
But when it comes to your feelings, you understand how the kids might feel, how his girlfriend feels.
I felt something was up, or I felt something. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
I'm watching my man Fatty one day, and he asked a young lady about, she's like, well, I know that has to be demasculating for a man. Instead of answering the question, you rather assume about what a man is feeling. The shit is crazy to even make a statement like that. Well, that has to be. We got Yala Van Zandt up there telling Nick Cannon it's dehumanizing, it's demoralizing, it's emasculate. All of these feelings they talk about us men.
Right. And we label it. We put the
label. They so she found her ID. Shit, because she going to jail.
She going to jail.
She going to fucking jail. She deserves.
She found her ID. She found her ID. How he know she had a warrant?
Yeah, she know.
She knows.
I said how he know she had a warrant and she couldn't find her ID?
They finally got her information and ran it. You know, at some point we got to get this information.
Yeah, he calling her name.
Yeah,
that's why they got the radio. Out about all of us with them little radios they got.
All of it came
connected to the station.
That's right.
They got computers and all of that. They say, yo, Lady Navoa, let me know what you get on it. Street name, Lady Navoa.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I got a hit. That's connected to this Chantilla's person. Such and such and such and such road. This is how they do it. Shit easy. Shit ain't hard.
No.
Chantilia.
No. So you understand what's going on, right?
Yes, but
I can't help your warrants.
She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll probably get that tomorrow morning.
That ain't no time on
At least it's not
right now
Friday.
for stuff like this anyway because of everything else that's going on.
Yeah, they'll probably ring her. They video ring her. What's this tomorrow? Wednesday. I think
Wednesday.
they do Wednesday. I think they do red videos.
Come on. You got to hang the phone up. We're going to handcuff you. Don't make it worse than it has to be.
Okay.
Stop.
Call your alarm.
He was like, what? He was like, I don't plan on.
Didn't he just tell her to hang her phone up? Not when she feel like it. Again, this is why.
I think it's the wigs, man. Shit's make y'all go crazy.
I can't do it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you got to take the wig.
You're gonna have to take it off. Can't keep it. Sorry. They don't think that shit is a thing. Because the lack of respect just all around, y'all. They already don't respect the black men, but the police, like you already know, they'll fuck you up. Okay, toss your ass over a bridge, like it's no joke. So when we say there's no limit to the disrespect that women carry today, yeah, there's no fucking limit. Ugh, it is just nasty.
God damn.
Dang. Fucking shame.
Yeah, that was something.
And that was a mama and the daughter, and like that's generation right there, you know? The fuck? Mom was like, okay, well, Wednesday, you know, like it's just nothing. The whole situation is just nothing. They'll brush that shit off and talk about it like it's nothing, but it has affected that child. That child is gonna remember that shit.
Yes. And this is the lifestyle that we talk about, the consciousness and the way that they perpetuate this nigga shit. Like you just said, making time to schedule for her release. So, well, she'll probably be in for, about a day and a half. She'll be out by tomorrow after. Yeah, because they don't really keep you that long. We'll make sure we down there to get you. And she'll be all right. And just the jail lifestyle, the jail mentality, the discontent with authority, the not adhering to rules, let me just go away from my responsibilities just for a minute. This is what it perpetuates. And we got people that stand up and be like, yo, y'all chill. Stop talking to these people like that. Why you don't go to them and tell them to stop disrespecting good people like us like that?
Facts. I do.
Y'all disrespecting their own kids, they
It's
elders.
disrespectful.
It's just it's no respect and no honor.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah. It's bad parenting, man. Fuck that. I went with a 5-year-old.
I'm out of here. I got things to
ripping and
do. I got to get ready for tomorrow. Mrs. Harris, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Lady Navoa, thank you for putting up with your brother. I know I am a bit much.
No, no, don't say that.
I love
Don't ever say those words out of your mouth.
Yeah, I'm a unique cup of water, but I thank you, ladies, for having me. Thank you for creating this space, Mrs. Harris. Shout out to Shame Sunday. I appreciate it.
I used to say it so much on our show or anywhere I was at. I was saying it so much. Like, God damn, it's fucking Shame. Oh, well, then bring it back.
Mr. He said, Stephen A. Smith, blasphemous. What he say? Speaking of blasphemous, he don't say it right all the way.
No, blasphemy.
Yeah, but he said blasphemous. I turn towards my words. But anyways, I'm gonna jump down to this is good. Keep going. It's probably seem like it's hard. What'd you say?
I said they give me enough content to keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep going. And it might seem like it's hard or whatever. Like, you're gonna give it. You're gonna grow. I said you're gonna grow because you for real. And people just gotta get in contact into the know. People, they spend all their time on platforms and channels that's not even worth being on or watching.
It's
I
worth
seen
their
a
time.
platform. Yeah, I seen a platform where they showing you how to do it from the back, and it was a alphabet channel, and I was like, oh my god. And I was mad because I was like, we got all these real channels out here, and they got hundreds of people in their chats, and they getting money paying for it, like super chats, and that's wrong.
I mean,
But
no,
then
it's different, sides to the coin. Everybody has their likes and dislikes. Everybody's not going to be on the same page, and that's just the realistic part of life and being a human. I absolutely know. So who this is for, it'll be for, and who it's not, it won't be for. They won't even pick it up because this is the system we live in. They don't want Black people to do better or be better. They want us to continue these horrible cycles. They want mothers to continue to be beaten up on the fathers and separate our families because, that's how we'll get better. That's how we as a people, as a culture, will get better. But no, we're going to continue to allow the foolery, the whore mentality, the we don't give a fuck about these kids mentality, the, women are just so easily manipulated and men are evil. Like, nah, we not, I don't do that here. I got too many brothers to push that bullshit. We're not gonna do that. And I grew up with a lot of sisters who hold themselves accountable. They reflect on the relationships where they did poorly. They were the abusers. They were mouthy and whatever the case may be. Everybody is not going to reflect that way. You know what I mean? But we absolutely need to start gearing our girls and our young women towards a certain level of respect and honor and value of standards.
Yeah, we need to stop
Holy
doing
shit.
that. Exactly.
They don't have any. They go out the window as soon as our feelings get, flustered by some emotional roller coaster because somebody looks good or smells good, or we made them a fantasy island man in our fucking mind. We already dated them, fucked them, had a whole family and everything, right? We do shit like that. But we can't keep allowing that type of mentality to go along with our girls. The illusion, the delusion is too much because our children are suffering. Like you said, the foster care system is full. The detention centers are full. And I'm showing y'all that these kids are deleting each other and littler people, so the lack of care and nurture is present. And they're being raised by women, right? We say it so much. A large majority of single homes, mothers be kind of dropping the ball if this is what's happening, right? Or is it just me? Or I'm being a bully. I'm just being mean. No, my mother was 17 with 3 kids. And it was hard as hell. But we turned out pretty fucking good. Me and my husband been together 26. You're not on, babe. Go ahead. Sorry, my baby just came in. My grown one. Like, am I in your way? No, you're awesome. And we make those excuses. And it was a lot of sacrifice that she had to make. And, just to watch her grow and develop with us, the way she did. When I hear people in their 20s, with one kid, do so much victim blaming, pointing the finger, and it's a bit much. When I watched a woman do it at 17, you know what I mean? I'm blessed to be 47 and my mother only be 17 years older than me. Hopefully we can live this life together for a long time, and that's something that we consciously consider because she was thrust into the foster care system as a child, stripped from her mother. And she vowed that wouldn't happen to her children, which it didn't. We were still landed in the street because, it's just life. I don't harbor anything. I just made me more of a conscious parent. And the more I can share with my friends or anybody I come around, it's all positive. I try to beat nobody up. I want the kids to be better. And sometimes we don't know. So just sharing some knowledge with you is what I want to do. You take what you need, throw the rest of the shit away. I tell that shit to my own kids. I'm going to tell you everything. You take what you need and you throw the rest away. Whatever's going to make you better, you pull from that. Because it's easy to be bad. That's a motto in my house. It is easy to be bad, okay? You challenge yourself when you consider to be good and make good decisions, better decisions, especially better decisions than what your parents made. So that's the goal. I know I appreciate y'all pulling up and popping in. What Blaze say, certain events will always stay with you no matter how young you are. Yeah, always been conscious. So a quick story time. I was probably like 10, maybe. And I was having this kind of conversation with my mother about the first memory that I had. And it was a fight, an argument between my mother and my father in the kitchen. And I remember, a bag of rice being thrown. I remember hearing him say something, to the effect of, shit better be cleaned up by the time I get back type stuff, And I remember sitting on the floor in between my two brothers. And when I said to her, I'm like, yeah, I was probably about 4 years old. She was like, yeah, I've been left your daddy by then. You was like 18 months. I wasn't even 2 years old. And I remembered that. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I can smell the oatmeal with syrup, molasses or whatever. But you don't realize the things that your children remember. There's a lot of things that they don't remember, but some things will stick out. And you don't know how it's going to affect them. So when I said in the beginning, gave you a great description of a article that a woman wrote in the Chicago Tribune. The link is in the chat. Y'all check that out. And she gave a great description on motherhood, the description, the job duties and responsibilities of it all. And the main part is we model the behavior we want to see in our children. We cannot tell our children to be smart and kind and responsible and accountable and, speak well and all of these things. And we're not doing that. So we have to model the behavior we want. I came from the hood, got my GED, went to college later and all that, but school wasn't for me. It was too many lies being pushed, the environment. But I had to be self-taught. And with correction. And I appreciate my husband always pushing for knowledge, and wanting better for me and allowing that space, that safe space for me to have my insecurities and say, listen, I'm feeling a little insecure about my knowledge. I'm trying to get enlightened. And he wanted to enlighten me. So, and I appreciate that. But again, our kids need us to be a little bit more responsible, ladies. This motherhood shit ain't no joke. And there's a lot of information. I would say within the WIC, there should be some type of early childhood development course, a 3-week program or something to enlighten young people about what's to come. Because we send them off and sign them up for the WIC mill and all this other shit, but they have no knowledge on what to expect, how to clean the umbilical cord, how to clean a circumcised penis of a little boy. It's so many things, the stages of poop when they're born, like some shit is scary and they don't know. Postpartum, all the things that can happen after, the placenta coming out, whether you want to keep it or not, just being able to advocate for themselves. Like this is so much information that we can provide our youth, our younger women, so they're prepared, because you don't know how giving birth is going to affect you. That postpartum, the psychosis, like the mental strain, the jealousy and envy that you feel for the father. He didn't have to go through any of that. He didn't have to go through 9 months of nothing. You got to re-heal. He wants some pussy. Like all of that will be playing in your mind while you're trying to nurture a new human to be an adult. It is not easy, and you're going to need help. You're going to need your village, and you're going to need a lot of information and some correction. You're going to need to be willing to listen and learn for the sake of the kids. Because right now it's looking real bad. It's looking bad where our kids have no empathy. They have no respect. If it don't apply, let it fly. But this country is going to the shithole. The education system is already there. So I'm going to keep coming back here every Sunday. And I might have to do a part 2 to this because I got some more shit. I had a whole court case with young women. These mothers are taking the lives of their own children And we can't keep pointing the finger to say that it's the men making them do that. One woman even claimed that it was the Wi-Fi, right, and Facebook, and was telling her to do these things.
Fuck about she come ride with a boss in the backseat. A lot on my mind, I don't wanna think she come.
Aunt Debbie didn't do the sleepwalking, did she?
No.
No, she didn't. What set this off? What happened?
I took Janaya. So I changed the diaper. He kept screaming and crying. And then I didn't get the changer. So I just threw it across the room. He didn't die. So I walked over there. I picked her up and banged her head and looked herself 4 times. Then, after she was dying in, picked up the little big old stick and hit her in the head 4 times. She wasn't dying fast enough. And that's when I ran in the kitchen to kill her and raise her off. Took the neck one out, stabbed her in her head, told her to die. Stabbed her in the eye. She was still touching. Just cut her neck.
How many times did you cut to get her neck severed?
Until he sliced off.
Once you started stabbing her, what made you think you needed to cut her head off after that?
She wouldn't die.
She wouldn't die? How do you know she wasn't dead?
She kept breathing and
She kept what?
breathing and moving around.
She kept breathing and moving around?
Yeah.
Even after you were stabbing her?
Yes.
What did you do with the knife after that?
Put it in her hand.
Was there a reason that you did that?
Yes.
Why did you put it in her hand?
So it looked like she did it.
So it would look like she did it?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
I went back around.
What made you do that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Do you regret what you did? Do you feel bad about what you did to Janaya?
No.
Why don't you feel bad?
Just
Do you blame Janaya for something?
no.
What made you want to kill her?
I don't know.
Do you think you could have just given her to James instead?
Yes. I didn't get in contact with her.
Couldn't get in contact with him?
No.
Jane, how long before Robert showed up?
A good 15.
I'm sorry?
A good 15.
15 minutes?
Yes.
Did you hear the little kids scream when they came in?
They didn't even scream. The little girl said, "Baby."
So you heard all that?
Yeah. Yes.
That was Deaja Watkins. That young mother decapitated her baby. The baby was taken from her. It was given to her auntie. She came to visit. Mental illness. It's called psychosis after giving birth. They knew she was mentally troubled. And the auntie let her back in. There was a, goodness gracious, protective order. That was tragic. That was tragic for the baby, the family, the father, and all her I don't knows. I don't knows. And with getting pregnant and giving birth, it is definitely a possibility. And I think young women should be educated about the after effects of giving birth. It can truly change, it will change your life forever. Some women don't walk away from that table. And this is the reality of it all. They need to have all of the information so they can make the best possible decisions for themselves. Because motherhood is forever. It's a very trying job.
Role of a mother in the lives of her children is one of profound significance, a sacred duty that encompasses the responsibility to protect, nurture, and guide. A mother is often seen as the first line of defense against the world's harsh realities, providing a haven of safety and love. However, when this natural role is violently disrupted, it not only contradicts these fundamental beliefs, but also causes widespread devastation, affecting both the immediate family and the broader community.
We can create some amazing societies, but we can also destroy some with our mothering tactics. Find you a good mother to mentor. If you had a shitty ass mother, don't repeat her shit. You got a blueprint of what not to do, right? I would say. Or find you some good mothers to surround yourself around. And the bad ones, tell them fuck you. Like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want my kids around you. That's how you need to be for your kids. Advocate. Shit ain't gonna work for you. It's not looking good. They're not positive, motivating forces in your life. Don't have them around your children. You create that standard. You decide what's valuable and important. And if you don't know, go over to He Said, She Said, Love and Abundance. A lot of information over there. A lot of tips and tools and strategies and methods to help you get through. We promote conscious parenting over here. Conscious love, moving with purpose and intentionally. It's not easy. It is not easy. Just like we tell our children, it is hard being good. It is so easy to be bad. Let me tell you. But we need to grow and develop and mature for our children's sake. Because the shit that I showed y'all today, we need to put a stop to it. And it starts with us, ladies, mothers, women. Grow up. Learn what the fuck your ovaries can do and teach your daughters the truth. Find the information, find what works for you, and teach them accordingly. Because the plausible deniability, the victim mentality is unacceptable. And nobody's believing that shit no more.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Hey, little kids, don't follow these dope habits.
America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. It was a lot of horrible things we learned and saw today. Motherhood is no joke. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And I tell any woman, any young girl, when you consciously choose to bring life into the world, it is a lifetime responsibility. Whether you are married, unmarried, the father dies, I don't care what happens. It's a lifetime responsibility. So be conscious about your decision and who you allow access to. Okay, you are in control of that. Oh man, I'll be back next Sunday. Might have to repeat this or come back with some more. So we'll be back Tuesday. He Said, She Said, Love and Abundance, promoting conscious parenting. I have some information for you guys.
He said, she said.
Know if family needs some assistance before things get worse. Hit us up. Promote conscious parenting at gmail.com for any information, inquiries, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Appreciate my husband, Mr. He Said, always around. And that moderation thing. I take him out every Saturday, Cerebral Saturday. You get great, give me content. Lady Nevo, I appreciate you pulling up and popping in on me. Everybody else, y'all have a great week. Be kind to somebody besides yourself. And if you got little ones, keep that story time, reading time at night. It's very important. They enjoy it. It'll be beneficial later. I promise you that. Y'all take care. Have a good week. Peace.
You see, baby, I don't do this just for the recognition. I do it for the children. You can take the children and bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and then sing a melody. The Varnell man, did you meet he's mine?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
BOS on the track.
You on the track.